I quit your BM, I still rock Mercedes funk. If I quit this season, I still be the greatest funk.
My left stroke just went viral.
Right stroke, put a baby in a spiral. Soprano C, we like to keep it on the high note. It's levels to it, you and I know. Tell them be humble. Sit down. Be humble.
Welcome in Out of Bounds. Joe Franklin, Ethan Riggs, Bart Reed, Wes Moore enjoying one more day off. He's going to be back tomorrow as Out of Bounds is going to be at Twin Peaks. We're going to have our watch party going on as U.S. takes on Australia in soccer World Cup. It's been big. There's been a lot of action, and we're looking forward to tomorrow being out at that watch party at Twin Peaks. But want to welcome you guys in. Ethan, it's been a couple of days now, and Bart, it's always great to see you.
Thanks for having me, my friend. Excited to be here.
So Ethan and I have been talking quite a bit about NBA Finals and how everything shook out, the result there. Want to get your take on what happened through those 5 games with Knicks, and we're going to get into some Knicks parade also, but take us back there and give us your take.
Well, I kind of predetermined, probably a little bit of bias, having Isaiah Joe and training him. I kind of thought who was going to come out of the East or the West was going to dominate. You had the right and opposite thought compared to me, and I was really surprised because San Antonio has just such a high level of talent, and they have a lot of mismatches. Wemby's the ultimate mismatch. They got some guys that can shoot the ball. I think Dylan Harper's a future all-star.
Oh, he's a big-time superstar.
Off the charts. And Stephen Castle is a guy that I've worked out with and was on my Wooten when I was a Wooten top 150 coach, and I think he's fantastic. He's a New York just showed toughness. They just didn't quit. We just talked about it. They got down, they pushed through, and this holds true. In big games, usually the team with the best player wins, and Jalen Brunson was the best player on the court and played lights out.
And him being that offensive threat that he is, and we saw first round against Hawks. Hawks were putting him in a bad position defensively,
yep.
And that's the way to attack them, but they can cover it up because they have so many good defenders on the court, and teams are going to try to attack Jalen Brunson, put him in a one-on-one. But if they're able to switch it and
yep.
Knicks are able to play their game, then Jalen Brunson is going to lead that charge.
Yep. So, Joe, I don't know what you think, but see, it used to be defense. You are what you can guard. I think in the modern game, you could almost attack that. And I think defense is still very, very important. But you can be kind of mismatched and be a smaller guard and get down taking the post because the game is so up and down and there's so many 3-point shots. And so I just don't think going at that attack, like trying to put Brunson in bad spots, I don't think that's going to work.
It doesn't work in today's game.
I don't think. Do you think it worked?
No. I mean, we saw that they were able to get through
yep.
all that, and they went on an incredible win streak after that. And you would think that every team they faced would go back and watch that film and
yep.
have a blueprint for it. They had no answers.
No answers. And OG was really good too. Like I don't want to downplay that. And Towns was great too. They just New York just had so much fight to them. And listen, San Antonio's a young team. Their coaching staff is young too, and it showed. I thought in spots.
Oh, it was a big time difference for
big
sure.
Time. Yeah.
And then a lot of credit to Mike Brown because with that hire, everyone was scratching their heads to begin with. Why do you get rid of Tibbs?
Yep.
And then you choose Mike Brown as that guy, but it was a perfect situation for him. And we've seen him being in some not so perfect situations before.
Yeah.
This one turned out to be great for him.
And from a coaching staff, pros should not lose games up by 30. That's one of those you might not get over for a long time because after you give up 15 points and the league gets cut to 15, you're like, all right, timeout. We're not taking more 3-point shots. You can control and manage the game. And I just think that was a knockout punch right there. San Antonio just seemed to recover.
And it goes back to you mentioning how they do have a young coaching staff, and those are some of the hurdles you have to get over. There were people, and of course there's always going to be outside noise, calling for Mitch Johnson's head and wanting him fired and bringing in somebody else. But they got to a certain point, and you can see that growth in their team this season, and they have a lot of that ahead of them.
Yep, and I think, and I haven't had a chance to talk to Zay yet, Isaiah Joe, OKC has a young coaching staff too. And I felt like in that series when you matched up San Antonio, and of course Corliss is on the San Antonio staff, does a great job. I felt like you were kind of seeing great talent coaches, but they have so much growth to do to catch up with some of the guys' experience. Like even Steve Kerr. Like his first couple of years, it's rough. You got to get to some of these in-game situations so you can grow. But San Antonio will be fine. Trust me.
They will.
They'll be in good spot.
They will.
Yeah. So,
and it's going to be interesting. Not only draft coming up, but then NBA free agency. There's a lot surrounding LeBron and what he's going to do. Looks like he may resign with Lakers, but we expect some player movement to be around the league like every year. Trae Young has declined his option, but it looks like he may resign. But the fact that he's a free agent now, there'll be other teams that will have some interest, and we'll see if Wizards, if they're able to bring Trae Young back in. We know that they have a young nucleus they're trying to put together, number 1 overall draft pick. So that's going to be a really interesting situation with them.
How does LeBron do it at his age? I'm a Jordan guy over LeBron, fair disclosure. But what he's doing at his age and playing at it's off the charts.
It is. Nothing like what we've ever seen. I think the closest Kareem was still dominant at an older age, and it was because he had the unstoppable shot, skyhook. But LeBron, and there have been not many players that have had a shot like that Kareem has had that was just unstoppable. So LeBron's doing it in a totally different way, still using his athleticism at that age, which is incredible.
Defending at a high level. He's probably a better shooter now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Than he's ever been. But just watching him work in the post and be able to separate and shoot fadeaways, I mean, it's to be that age. I don't think people understand how athletic people are in the league. It's just, Vince Carter, I think, played till he was 42.
Yes.
And Vince was doing it at a high, but Vince is probably one of the best athletes ever.
Oh, yeah.
Just a freak of nature. So, yeah, it's fun to watch LeBron out there doing his thing.
Just curious about your thoughts again. You mentioned that it was like, okay, so the Knicks, that they go out there during the finals and they really sort of made it was their game plan that we were seeing, not what the Spurs went out there to execute. Going into that series, I looked at a guy like Brunson and a guy like Wemby. It's funny. It's like one of the shorter superstars in the league just so happens to be playing a phenom guy that is, 7'6", 7'7", with an 8-foot wingspan. I was thinking, how is Brunson going to be getting shots off? That was not an issue during the whole finals. No. And I'm just curious, what was it that you saw the Knicks doing? Were they just simply not making Brunson sort of the primary playmaker? I think that's why we saw a guy like OG excel, as he was bringing the ball up past half court. He was a guy that was sort of off the dribble, taking a lot of shots and making a lot of shots. So just curious about your thoughts on how they set Brunson up to do that.
No, it's a great question. So when you have players of that caliber, when they start rolling, it's over.
You let them go.
And so good defense gets beat by good offense any day of the week, simply because offense knows where they're going, defense doesn't. So when you let Brunson start hitting shots, because the first game he kind of started, he was 1 for 10, but then the ball started going in the hole. And Joe and I talked about this. Brunson gets into contact better than any player that I've seen. And when you get into contact, it allows him to separate, to get those shots off. Because it was not just last year that people were saying you can't win a championship with a sub 6'4" player as your best player. And he shattered that. He shattered that. I mean, he was so good. And when you look at his mentality, his interview after the game, he's when they won the big game, came back, he said, hey, it's 0-0. When you have that type of mental toughness, which if Darius Acuff can get that, like Brunson has it, watch out, because he's got that type of talent, and they kind of remind me of each other. in a lot of ways.
That's so funny that you mentioned Acuff too, because we were talking about how maybe Brunson winning the championship will help the perception of a smaller guard being the focal point of an offense for a championship-worthy team.
Yep.
Speaking of Acuff, we have been looking at NBA draft stuff going on lately. When we had Coach Zimmerman on a couple weeks ago, I filled in here on the show, and he mentioned the Bulls as a likely team. Now, that's not what Bet Saracen has. Bet Saracen has him favored as the 5th pick.
Oh, 5th?
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say still going to the Clippers, but then,
Okay.
Nets at 6th is the second favorite, for him. But do you think he could sneak into that top 4, top 3 even?
I think he's a tier 1 talent, which you say kind of tier the talent out from tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4. I think he's a top 3, 4 pick. And it just gets to see, how it shaked out. See, Utah is a team that could use a point guard, but they probably go with a guard, but they probably go with Peterson. I think anything can happen. I think it's that 5 or 6. But if I was taking a team, point guard's still the spot. I think he's a top 3 type talent.
What do you think of Peterson and the way he's going about doing his business, where he's only working out for Wizards? So he's saying, I feel like I'm the number one pick, and I'm only working out for the team that has the number 1 pick.
It's interesting because if he's in a position where his baggage coming into this, I think if you were going to walk away from him, you would walk away from him anyway. Being selective and being hurt all the time, I think he just got that mentality where I'm not saying he's going through the motions, but he doesn't seem to love the game like everybody else. But we've watched players where that's worked out in the past. Dylan Harper's teammate at Rutgers, and his name's
Ace Bailey.
Bailey.
And he did the same thing.
The same thing, and it didn't hurt him at all.
Right.
Because sometimes you're just that talented, and Peterson is that talented. So
and the team that Ace Bailey was saying, don't take me.
It took him.
And the same thing, you know what? Didn't realize this at the time, but was reminded of it a few days ago. It was a similar situation with Steph Curry.
Yeah.
His family got involved and said to Warriors, don't take him. They thought he's going to end up in New York. They wanted him to play there, and Warriors took him the pick before Knicks came up.
And it worked out.
Big time.
Big time. So I think these guys, there's so much analytics, and if you look at it, Banchero was a guy that got drafted, went to Duke, killed Arkansas. Orlando did not bring him in to work out, but they drafted him because there's so much data and analytics, and they get a chance to see these guys play and do workouts and do camps so many times. They know what they're getting. But it is interesting because if I was in that process, I'd work out with anybody and everybody. You could. So.
Right. And it's a luxury if you're going to be one of those top players, be a top 5 pick. Jason Tatum, don't know if you ever heard his draft story, but he said that he went to Phoenix, fell in love with the place, wanted to play with Devin Booker, and that was his dream. So he's telling all the teams in front of them, don't draft him, especially Celtics.
Yep.
He's not working out for them, not taking their phone calls. They went through Coach K. Celtics went through Coach K to reach Jason Tatum. Coach K called him and said, I like Brad Stevens. He's a really good mind, young mind in this game. You need to take this workout. And just because Coach K said it, Jason Tatum went, he took the workout. Other than that, he was avoiding their calls and wanted nothing to do with them. And we see it full circle. They draft him.
And what's funny about that, so as far as my training pedigree, I worked for Drew Hanlon for 8 years. He has Tatum, Brad Beal. So I had a chance to watch Tatum's pre-draft workout. It was in California, right next to LAX. And the knock on Tatum, people said he couldn't shoot. So there's no way with the hit, because he has a slight hitch in his shot.
Yes.
No way with a hitch in your shot you can play at a high level. And the first time I had a chance to watch him, he didn't miss. And that will just show right there that the NBA executives knew he could play at a high level. But what a talent he was just watching him work out and versatility-wise. So seeing Joel and those guys, I still have to pinch myself sometimes to watch, because Drew had 7 NBA All-Stars at some point in time.
Yeah, he's big time.
He's big time. So
What do you think of players when you initially see something like that, where they have a shot that's not your normal, just beautiful
Yep.
mechanics to the shot?
So if you're teaching youth, I think there's a couple of ways to shoot the ball that's mechanically superior than others. But you have players like that, they're taking so many reps. They can work around some of these minor mechanical issues because they're taking thousands and thousands of reps. I mean, these guys are taking 500, 750 shots a day. But they're the half of the 1%. So it really, you can kind of, like Dort is a guy that for OKC couldn't shoot at all.
We see those stories quite a bit, though.
Because they're taking so many reps, and it's what they do as a profession. So they'll be okay, and you can work around it. But if you're learning, I would want to try to shoot the ball as efficient as possible. But when they're taking that many reps in the NBA, you can kind of work around things.
That goes to the whole point of people on the outside with the perception that some players need extra time in college. Well, if they get that time in on the NBA level, that's all they have to worry about. Yep. It's their job. They're putting in all those reps, like you mentioned. And that's why you see players become so much better shooters within a couple of years, 3 years on an NBA level.
Absolutely. And see, people playing in college and training a lot of college players, people don't realize college is built around team concepts. Practicing majority of things, you'll do some individual things, but it's all built on the team. In the NBA, it's very few of its team, and it's all built around individual. The biggest payroll for coaching is individual skill development coaches. The least amount of payroll in college is built on player development. So you'll see some players that will even say, like Nick Smith Jr. said, I think my footwork got worse at Arkansas, because there's just not that much time because there's so much team. So NBA just allows so much more time to build your bag and get better as an individual player.
And you have your personal coaches that you're
Absolutely.
right there working with.
Yep.
So it all makes a difference.
Yep.
Bart, sorry, just to pop in here. Do you think maybe, things like AAU and just the different kind of schedule that a lot of these very young, teenage and even sometimes pre-teenage athletes are playing, that's why there's been so many injuries maybe with the ACLs. That's what people are talking about, is that the joints just cannot withstand that many games, throughout, just such a short amount of time. Do you think maybe that's why these teams are saying, oh, okay, well, we don't really need a pre-draft workout because we have 10,000 hours of film on this guy, not just even from college, but from when he was growing up. We've seen like what parts of his game he put on first, where he's gotten to in his college game. There's just such a level of detail now that you can get just off the film.
Just film. And now you have advanced film. You have Synergy, of course, and you can break down individual edits. But I can tell you, Joe and I talked about this. This is why Europe has caught up with the United States. They play way less games and they spend more time on individual skill. And that's why you've seen this big rush of these great European players, because they'll do 5 skill workouts for every one game. In AAU here in the summer, we do 5 games for every practice.
Oh, wow.
So that's
a major
much
difference.
Yeah. And it shows because they shoot the ball better. I think their spacing's better, all that.
And their bigs have always just played like guards. Everyone concentrated on the same skills.
Yep, 100%. And you talk to like Daryl Macon, and I spent a lot of time getting ready for NBA. Played overseas. He'll tell you like the angles they take are totally different. Like look at Luka's angles. Like he's not going on 1 or 2 dribble pull up. He's not going straight to the rim. He's going angled away because there's no defender. So like everything they do is just very different. And to your point, the bigs, which might be good for Arkansas if they get this big from Spain.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
And because Mika Mirnan is a top 5 pick, and you can write that down. He's that good.
We look forward to seeing him on the court then.
Yep.
And so in speaking about Europe and catching up and the angles that they use, it's going to be interesting to see with 2028 Olympics, because France is coming. We know that.
Yep.
But and it's going to be a different core of U.S. players. Are they still going to be that dominant team? That's going to be interesting because it does seem like not only France, but there are other countries out there that are getting to a certain level.
Yep, because they have a national platform where these guys are playing together. You saw this with Argentina and Ginobili. They're playing together for years. So they're 15 years old playing all the way up to 20. It's hard to compete against that, especially you play with a different ball, and players are very creatures of habit. The European ball is different. It's a 5-channel ball versus 6-channel. The rules are different. Everything is different. So it's all going to depend on who comes out, who wants to be motivated to come out and play. And but France is coming, and listen, they were almost there.
Yes.
I mean, they're just that good. But still, I think if you get, depending on who coaches, they haven't named a coach yet, have they?
No.
See, that's a big deal. Because like on the Redeem team, like if Coach K doesn't coach that team, do they win?
They don't think they get it done.
I don't think so either.
Maybe not.
Yep.
And also with that international, as far as with U.S. players, I think one thing that they really look forward to when they get in those games is you're able to knock the ball off
the rim. That's exactly right.
Because you don't get that opportunity. They never get that opportunity, and then they're so athletic and they're around the rim,
yep.
And now it's part of the game. That's something they look forward to.
Yep, big time. And even small things like, you can't set it's called a Spain screen where you turn your butt to the person you're screening. See, they can do that in FIBA rules. You can't do that in the States. So there's a lot of different. And the three-point line is shorter. So,
oh, yeah.
And that's traditionally, I think, the biggest divide. They have better shooters top to bottom. I say they, international, than the U.S. team. So that's why if Steph Curry is not there, it could be tough if you're not replacing him with a high-caliber shooter, a couple shooters.
Hey, why couldn't we see a guy like Coach Cal coach the 2028 Olympic team? I mean, we've seen the college basketball coaching landscape change so much here in just the last few years, even since the last Olympics happened. There's really no reason Coach Cal, especially with his relationships with a lot of his, current and former players, I mean, there's no reason he couldn't get that bid, right?
No, and he's been on the staff as far as an assistant coach a couple of times. I don't know how many times, Joe, exactly.
And that's what they usually look for. They want to hire within somebody who's been an assistant,
yep,
and elevate him.
That's perfect for him. He could just slot right in.
But usually those head coaching spots are reserved for ultra analytical type of coaches that kind of, and I know Coach Cal is really good at that, but I think he would be a great head assistant. But listen, there'd be no reason. I think Coach Cal can do whatever he wants to do.
Okay, so they have named Eric Spoelstra.
Oh, that's smart.
That's
smart.
And Spo was on the staff previously.
And
that definitely makes sense.
You can't get any better than that.
Right.
That's the kid genius. Like that's a great pick.
Middleton Heat and Air text line. This texter says, don't get the hype of Tatum over Brown. To me, Brown is the better player and rather have him with Giannis than Tatum. Because there's a lot of talk about Giannis going to Boston and Brown would be shipped out, go to Clippers, and then Bucks would get number 5 pick overall.
Yeah, but it's team need, right? So, I mean, there's a little bit more versatility. Tatum's got a little bit more size. Jaylen Brown's a great player. Can't really make an argument. It's really just what do you need? What specifically are you trying to get? Because they're both NBA All-Stars and, top 10 players, 15 players in the league.
We saw how it worked out this year, too. Most of that time without Tatum and Brown. And Celtics, it seemed like there was no drop-off when Brown was that guy. And then when Tatum came back, seemed to put him on a different level until they got in the playoffs.
Yep, until you get in the playoffs. And then everybody plays defense, right? So.
That's when they ramp it up.
Yep.
We'll come back here with more of Out of Bounds. Joe Franklin, Ethan Riggs, Bart Reed. Stay tuned.
The Zone Hotline on 103.7 The Buzz is presented by Jim's Razorback Pizza with 2 locations, Highway 10 past Taylor Loop and just off the Morgan Maumelle exit.
This is SportsCenter.
The championship is set in the College World Series, with both undefeated teams keeping their streaks alive. Yesterday, the number 5 North Carolina Tar Heels defeated the West Virginia Mountaineers 12-7, eliminating West Virginia from the tournament. The game on the other side of the bracket wasn't much closer, as the Oklahoma Sooners continued their run, beating the Georgia Bulldogs and eliminating them with an 11-4 win. The championship series starts this Saturday at 7, along with Game 2 on Sunday at 1:30. And Game 3, if necessary, will be Monday night at 6. And in another sport where they hit a ball with sticks, the 126th U.S. Open at Shinnecock starts today. Coverage will be split between USA Network, NBC Sports, NBC, and Peacock. Scottie Scheffler is the favorite to win, and if he does, he will complete the career Grand Slam. I'm Moose for the Buzz Radio Network.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious, with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability, making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
If you're having an event or starting on a construction project, you can't forget sanitation. Make Arkansas Portable Toilets part of the plan. They offer a complete line of portable sanitation products for events large or small, and for the construction industry. Their inventory includes hand wash stations, handicap-accessible restrooms, and luxurious air-conditioned restroom trailers, as well as roll-off dumpsters of all sizes. Arkansas Portable Toilets has the finest in the market, and they're so easy to work with. Arkansas Portable Toilets, 501-406-0456.
I'm Thomas Blackman with Blackman Auctions. How much easier would life be if you could take away your stresses and worries with one phone call? Just turn all of your problems over to a person and let them de-stress your life. That's what we do at Blackman Auctions. We are much more than an auction company. We take your unwanted assets in your life and turn them into money in 30 days. Organize, market, deal with attorneys, real estate agents, debt services, closing companies, and those members of your family. You know who they are. Making your life as easy as possible since 1938. Better auctions or Blackman Auctions.
Babbel proudly presents The Bookstore Bungle.
Librairie means library in French, right?
Yeah, obviously.
I just love a library.
The French are so loud, though.
Yeah. Hey, be quiet. This is a library. S'il vous plaît.
Ce n'est pas une bibliothèque.
Bibliothèque? I think that's Spanish, ma'am.
You are in a bookstore, not a library.
Oh. No more bookstore bungles with Babbel.
Ah, touriste.
Learn to speak like a local and act like one too. Practice with Babbel's guided conversations based on real situations. Get up to 50% off on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to get up to 50% off. Babbel.com.
Be a part of a new era of Razorback football under Coach Silverfield. Join the Razorback Foundation for as little as $50 for priority access to tickets, parking, and exclusive events with coaches and players. Text JOIN to 479-349-4313 or visit RazorbackFoundation.com. That's JOIN to 479-349-4313. As a Razorback Foundation member, you'll experience a lifetime full of Razorback memories. Go Hogs!
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Wes Moore. Arkansas is known as the natural state, and around here, conservation isn't just a priority. It is a way of life. That's why the Arkansas Best Chevy dealers are proud to partner with the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission to help drive habitat conservation. In honor of this partnership, your Arkansas Best Chevy dealers are celebrating in a big way. They are giving away a 2027 Chevy Silverado 1500. It's a natural choice for the great outdoors. It offers strength and capability that stands out above the herd, plus a powertrain limited warranty, 5 years or 60,000 miles, whichever comes first. For complete rules and to register to win a 2027 Chevy Silverado, Arkansas Game and Fish license holders should visit ChevySweepstakes.com/Arkansas Truck Hunt, ChevySweepstakes.com/Arkansas Truck Hunt, or see your Arkansas Best Chevy dealers for more details. No purchase necessary to enter to win. Open to legal residents 18 years or older who live in Arkansas. Contest ends at the end of the year.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios. Online at TruService.net. Out of Bounds with Wes Moore and Joe Franklin on 103.7 The Buzz.
Tell me, do you see her? She's living her life. Even if she acts like she don't want the limelight. But if you knew her, she lives her life. She calls her paparazzi, then she acts surprised. Oh, I know what she needs. She just want the fame, I know what she thinks. Giving little tears, running back to me. Put it in the veins, pray it's all to keep. Ooh, every night. She brings
I want to say thank you to Jim Dolan and the front office for believing in the kid no one else would. Thank you to my teammates, giving me confidence every single day. The belief we had in each other made this possible. Thank our coaching staff, our medical staff, everyone that pitched in every single day behind the scenes. Damn. We really did it, dog. Somehow, some way, I knew we were going to find a way to get this done. Most importantly, thank you to the fans. I'm not gonna lie though, y'all are some pretty hard critics. But we appreciate it. At least I do. Appreciate it a lot. Lastly, I want to thank my family. Truly without them, their sacrifice and everything wouldn't be possible. My inner circle, I mean, they keep me humble every single day. They don't let me get off track for nothing. Damn, New York, we really did it, man. We really did it. Wouldn't trade this for a world. And lastly, there's a lot of people that have a lot of negative stuff to say. There's a lot of people who have a lot of opinions. Nah, they don't deserve it. They don't deserve it. Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Welcome back to Out of Bounds. Joe Franklin, Ethan Riggs, Bart Reed. That was Jalen Brunson from Knicks Championship Parade, and he was just taking it all in, as many of the players were. Coach Mike Brown, owner Jim Dolan, they're celebrating, and the city came out for them. It was big
time. Big time. It's been 1999 since they were in the finals.
Yes, yeah, and against the same opponent, Spurs.
Yep, Spurs beat them. Tim Duncan was a rookie that year?
Yes.
Okay, wow. So, and just the thing, and it's not like they've been close up until that point. Like they've been kind of at the bottom of the East. Oh, except for last year. I'm saying
they've had their struggles over the years, for sure.
Yeah, they've not drafted well at times and coaching turnover. So good for them. I do think the better team won. You cannot argue that. And listen, they're set up to be really good moving forward. So.
I mean, well, even like during the best period of the Knicks, in between that 99 period and now, it's probably the Carmelo era, probably. And even then, they only made the second round once during Carmelo's whole era, and he was there for like 8-9 years.
Is that it?
That's true.
Wow.
He made the playoffs almost every year, but never won the first round except for once.
And it was amazing. At one time, they couldn't even get free agents to go there. Think about that. Yeah. You're the city, the major city in the country, and we know all these players, especially basketball players, that's where they want to be. They want to be in these major cities and be in the biggest markets that are out there.
Yep.
And Amari Stoudemire, he got it all started.
Yep.
As far as going there in free agency, and then other players wanted to be there.
Yep, but just a stretch of bad luck because Stoudemire was hurt almost his entire, right?
Yes, yeah.
So good for New York. If people that have not been to Madison Square Garden, it is a bigger show than anywhere else. And you listen to Jordan talk about how he was just so amped for every game, but that was just a different game. So I thought the atmosphere and watching the games were great.
Thinking back to that Amari time, yeah, he was injured, unfortunately, like the whole time. Even the tail end of Phoenix, he was kind of starting to get hurt, and that's why they were willing to just move off him, I think, so much. But you know who was holding it down for him was Tyson Chandler.
Yep.
That was the big man of the Knicks back in the day. And honestly, sadly, one of the best big men since they've had Ewing and guys like that from that 99 era.
Yeah.
I mean, Chandler had just come off the 2011 Dallas Mavericks title. He was Dirk's big man while Dirk was taking all those amazing shots.
Great defender, too.
Great defender, super underrated. Stepped into that Amari role. I just wanted to shout him out real quick because he's kind of underrated.
You know, I have to give Arkansas a plug. Do you know how good that Phoenix team was with Joe Johnson, Nash, Stottlemyre? That was a championship caliber team. And remember, they lost the game because there was a fight, and Stottlemyre came off the bench, right? Because you had Sean Marion, and so it's suspended for Game 7, I believe. But that Stottlemyre just made me how good he was before that microfracture injury he had with his knee. He
that
been
really
one of the great ones.
That really took his career down.
Yep.
We're going to go to the phones and talk to Lewis. Lewis wants to talk some basketball. What's up, Lewis?
Hey, Joe, and who else is in there with you? I thought I heard Bart Reed. Is he in there?
I'm in here. I'm in here.
All right. Hey, the reason I called, I got a question because it's something I don't understand.
Yep.
All right. What's the kid from Kansas? Is it Darren Peterson?
Yes. Yep.
How in the name of the good Lord is he projected to go ahead of Darius Acuff? When I watched several of their games this past year, and he set out a lot of games pretending to be injured, and then when he did go in the game, he would pull himself out of the game.
Yep.
But you got Acuff running around out there on a bad ankle.
Yep.
Playing 39 minutes.
Yep.
And didn't miss a game. But this guy is projected to go ahead of him. Can you explain that to me?
So to be honest, I don't get it because they'll tell you that's a carryover. He's been doing that his entire career, grassroots, college. I don't think that's going to change professionally, but I will say this: he's extremely talented, and when you watch him on the court, his athleticism and ability to play two ways, be a 3-and-D, but also finish, does pop. And I know in the NCAA tournament he didn't shoot the ball great, but the first three trips he comes down and hits a 24-foot three, and then goes for a pump fake, reaches behind him and blocks the guy's shot, and then comes down and dunks it the next trip. So that type of stuff pops, and NBA guys fall in love with that type of athleticism and skill. But I agree with you. I would take Acuff all day. If I was taking a guard, unless you just need a shooting guard, there's no doubt. Acuff is talented. I think he's a harder worker. I think he's more focused, and all that stuff has to come into play. But they're just in love with his talent.
And size.
And size.
He has the size to go with it, too.
He does. And it's a big difference, right? So he's 6'6", a long 6'6". And so that does put you at another threshold offensively and defensively. You know, what you can guard and then what you can also play offensively.
I understand what you're saying. It would just make me think twice about it when you got a guy that that's doing that, sitting out like that, and then you got a guy over here that, like I said, should have been sitting out but was playing and scoring 50 points on a bombed ankle.
Yep.
So that's why I was wondering.
Yep.
And then also, I've heard Kendrick Perkins say several times that he thought Acuff should be number one overall, and so I wanted to get y'all's opinion on that too, because if you look at the last. Well, there's been 8 different champs in the NBA for the last 8 years, but there's a common theme to every last one of them, and that's a dominant point guard.
Yep.
And so I was just wondering, what do you think about what Kendrick Perkins said about drafting him number one and building around him?
Yep. Well, listen, I agree, and I'm not just saying that because Acuff's in Arkansas. I had a chance to watch him on the EYBL, and he's just another level of guard. And you watched him, and he gets better and better as he goes along. He was even working on his game at Arkansas. You could tell he's a gym rat. I think he's got such a unique talent, is that he's probably the best shooting point guard that I've seen come through in a long time. He can really shoot the ball. especially in catch and shoots. So if I was an executive, if I was Utah, Chicago, I would take him. And Kendrick Perkins is the only one. Carmelo, like a lot of these old pros that know what they're talking about, they're saying Acuff. The one knock is you talked about it. It's size. But you're not going to win an NBA championship if you don't have a great point guard. Period.
I totally agree.
Yep.
Totally agree.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you, guys. I
Hey,
appreciate
thank
it.
you,
You guys
Lewis.
have a
Yep.
great day.
You too.
buddy.
Take care, Lewis. Now, Lorenzo Robinson, he brings up another point on Acuff, that his defense is in question.
Yeah.
And we touched on that in talking about Jalen Brunson and some of the similarities, but that's why NBA scouts may hold a guy like Darren Peterson in really high regard because, as you mentioned, he's an incredible talent to begin with, and then he's a 3-and-D guy on top of that.
Yep.
And you don't necessarily see a guy that's going to be the lead for a team, a 3-and-D guy.
Right.
Now, he can be both. He can be the best player on the team and 3-and-D.
Absolutely.
That's a rarity in itself.
Extremely rare. So do you think Acuff's defense, because it was lacking, it wasn't as bad as people think it was. Do you think Acuff's defense was a byproduct of him having to log so many minutes? Or do you think that's a physical limitation? Like you think he struggles?
I think it's a limitation at this point, but
Okay.
defense, it can be taught. It can be with effort. You can become a better defender.
Yep.
And, the fact that he has his offensive game already, that's a major part of it. And then you can become a better defender.
Yep. And I think some of it, I agree. And I think some of it was when you're playing as many minutes as he was playing, and you have to be an offensive weapon like Arkansas needed him, it's tough. You can't play 39 minutes of playing both ways, in your face type defense. But when you look at him, he's certainly athletic. He's got the wingspan. So I agree. Technique can be learned, and I think certainly he'll become a better defender over time.
Let's go back to the phones and bring in Savage. What's up, Savage?
Hey, Savage.
What's going on, fellas? Yeah, you talk about the draft. 1 and 2 are interchangeable with Debanza and Boozer, but I would definitely take Acuff 3. As far as the defense, you don't worry about that. His upside is so good with his scoring. Defense will come along.
Yep.
And then you were talking about yesterday people that changed the games. One of my favorite players of all time is Jamal Crawford. What's your thoughts on Jamal Crawford whenever he was in the league? Now he changed the game. I know he wasn't just the championship and all that stuff, but man, the dude could flat out play. I'm gonna get off. I appreciate it.
He could play, score in a hurry, and when you have guys like that, just have this. And Malik Thomas reminds me of that a little bit. When you put Crawford in the game, he just has this blinding belief that he can just outscore. So he's coming in. Coaches are saying, get up and down the court a couple of times before you take it. No, if he's open, it's going up. I love Jamal Crawford. Of course, I love instant offense, and he could do it in a lot of different ways. And I love guys that can create shots and create space for themselves, and he was one of the first that really made that a thing.
We're going to take a quick break here on Out of Bounds. We're going to come back and have some more talk. We have some questions coming in, some phone calls. Stay tuned. More of Out of Bounds coming up. Joe Franklin, Ethan Riggs, Bart Reed.
I've been a little surprised by how far people will come just to visit us.
People will travel just to get the best deal.
We've got 15,000 off Ram HDs this month. Ram half-tons start at just $35,900, or you can get 0% financing.
And don't forget Wranglers. They have 0% financing and start at $35,000. Take the short, beautiful drive to Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram in Benton.
Or visit us online at chriscranecars.com.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Camping season is here, and Razorback Camper Sales in Hot Springs is liquidating all 2026 year model travel trailers and fifth wheels. If you've been thinking about a new trailer, now is the time to buy. One of the many great deals is a 20-foot Salem with bunk beds, power awning, plywood floor, and much more for only $14,990 or $150 a month. Hurry while the selection is good. All these great deals can be seen at RazorbackCamperSales.com.
You just testified under oath you're getting more fiber in your diet, and it was easy. Where is this additional fiber coming from?
Mira Fiber Gummies.
Objection!
It's true. Mira Fiber has 8 grams of fiber to help me get the fiber I need in a day, plus 4 B vitamins for metabolism support. All in one serving.
Overruled.
My gut rests its case.
Oh, that's my line.
Find Mira Fiber today at your local retailer from the makers of Miralax. Mira Fiber supports metabolism of carbs, fats, and proteins. Serving size is 4 gummies.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700, plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy Posturepedic mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Congratulations to Harrison Deere of Rogers and Avia Sellers of Little Rock Christian for being named the All-Arkansas Preps Outstanding Players of the Year in Tennis, as chosen by the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. They are among the 400 Arkansas high school athletes who will be honored at the All-Arkansas Preps Awards Banquet on Saturday, June 20th, sponsored by CHI St. Vincent. The event is emceed by Steve Sullivan with special guest David Basil and Paralympian Hunter Woodhall. To find out more about the athletes selected or to purchase your tickets to the event, visit allarkansaspreps.com.
You can't always see what's in the air, but dust, allergens, contaminants, even mold could be affecting your health. Learn about air quality testing at rainbowrestores.com. When the unthinkable happens, damage from smoke, water, fire, mold, or just poor air quality, let Rainbow Restoration fix your home or business. With their 24/7 rapid response, you'll get your life back on track fast. RainbowRestores.com. Rainbow Restoration. They restore, you recover. Services performed by an independently owned and operated franchise.
Hey, Heath Boothby here on the lot at Crane Hyundai of Little Rock off Colonel Glenn. We are rolling into summer, and that means great savings. We have Tucsons and Santa Fe's at 0% financing for up to 60 months. Hey, you want big savings and great gas mileage? We have $3,000 off all new Elantras, cars that get over 40 miles to the gallon. Come see why me and my team are Little Rock's #1 choice for sales and service here off Colonel Glenn, Crane Hyundai of Little Rock. Visit us online at cranehyundaioflittlerock.com.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz, live from the TruService Credit Union Studios. Out of Bounds with Joe Franklin and Wes Moore on 103.7 The Buzz.
This is #1 champion sound. Yeah, Estelle, we about to get down. Who the hottest in the world right now? Just touched down in London town. Bet they give me a pound. Tell them put the money in my hand right now. Set up a motor, we need more seats. We just sold out all the floor seats.
Take me on a trip, I'd like to go someday. Take me to New York, I'd love to see LA. I really want to.
Welcome back to Out of Bounds. Joe Franklin, Ethan Riggs, Bart Reed. We're going to go back to the phones, talk to Jeff. What's up, Jeff?
Hey, how are y'all?
Doing
Bart,
good.
last year, I called in before the season started, and you were all over saying Darius Acuff was going to be the team leader, and I was kind of shocked. But you nailed it. Who do you think is going to be the leader of the team this year? Is there a standout?
Ooh, good question. Yes. Jordan Smith Jr. has Acuff type qualities. He's got a lot of toughness. He is different than Acuff, but what you're going to see from a team as a whole, this team is going to be so great defensively, probably one of Coach Cal's best defensive teams. But Jordan Smith Jr. is one of those dudes, and he's just got the game where he could average, I'm not saying he will, but close to a triple-double. Like, he'll be a guy that will get 16 points and get 10 rebounds as a guard at 6'2", and he's just everywhere. So I think he's going to be a fan favorite and, in my opinion, the best player. And I think Mika Mirnan, get ready, as a 4 or 5,
I'm excited to see it. Hey, thank you. Y'all have a great show. Have a good day.
Appreciate it.
He's a 7-foot guy that can shoot the ball and knows are the ultimate matchup problems. in my opinion.
And he has a nickname that plays off KD's nickname.
Yes.
Slim Jesus. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Playing off Slim Reaper.
Yeah.
So, I mean, those are high expectations that you're putting on yourself right away. Now, of course, he probably didn't give himself the nickname, but, I mean, those expectations are there.
Yeah. And when you have parents, I think both his parents played professional basketball, and when you're playing at the level that they're playing on in these Tier 1 leagues in Europe, they're playing against grown men. People were saying, well, he's only averaging 6 or 7 points. Well, he's the youngest kid on the team. He's playing against 32-year-old, 28-year-old. So to do that at his age is incredible. And listen, I'm expecting big things from Billy Richmond. If he's coming back, I think that draft process was really important. I thought he was going to stay in the draft. Some of my sources told me he was going to stay. He's coming back. I would expect to see him kind of round his game out and get as much offensively as you get defensively.
Oh, he's ultimate 3-and-D guy.
Ultimate. And could have a long, career in the NBA and make a lot of money just doing that. 3-and-D.
Middleton Heat and Air text line. They're asking about Nuggets and Lakers point guards when they both won. So Jamal Murray, Nuggets, Derek Fisher from here, Little Rock, Arkansas.
Actually, are we counting the 2020 bubble? Because if so, Rajon Rondo was
yes.
the starter for that team, which is such a weird Laker.
And he's been a part of championship teams, numerous championship teams.
Yeah, that was his second.
Yep. And that's a guy, great players. And Jamal Murray, one of Coach Cal's. But when you have a player like the Joker and the players at D-Fish, it helps because you have that versatility and you can kind of run point forwards and, miss and match things. But, yeah.
Hey, Rondo, another one of Cal's players.
That's right.
Bart, I bet working out with Rondo would have been awesome. I've heard he's one of the smartest basketball players ever. Like, from all the guys who played with him, the guys on the Celtics, the guys on the Lakers, they all say, I learned so much from playing with Rajon Rondo.
Yeah, I hear the same things.
Yep. He's on a fast track to become an NBA head coach. If he wants that opportunity, it's going to be there for him.
No doubt, just like J.J. Redick. I see a lot of similarities there, probably.
We're going to come back here, hour 2, Out of Bounds. Richard Davenport coming up next. Stay tuned.
Seasons are always changing, but one thing should stay the same: the comfort of your home. Let the heat and air professionals at BR McGinty keep your family warm in the winter and cool in the summer. Call today.
If you don't already have the Bet Saracen Sports Wager app, download it today from the app stores or go to BetSaracen.com. Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports betting app.
Hey everybody, it's Howie at Robert Irwin Jewelers, and we're kicking off our annual Summer of 1,000 engagement sale with buy one, get one half off at all Robert Irwin Jewelers locations. See a store for complete details or go online to rijewelers.com. Bigger, brighter diamonds, better prices, Robert Irwin Jewelers.
Hey, it's Randy Rainwater from Drive Time Sports. Join Rick Schaefer and I every afternoon on Arkansas's #1 caller-driven sports show. We'll talk with great guests like Neil Atkinson from Bet Saracen, Trey Biddy, Hogsports.com, Kevin Bohannon, and a whole lot more. It's all right here from 4 to 7 on 103.7 The Buzz.
It's where the big boys come to play.
This is madness! This is Sparta!
103.7 The Buzz, KABZ Little Rock. Buzz News with KARK's Gary Burton Jr.
Well, plans are moving forward to improve River Market Hall in Little Rock. It's been a staple in downtown since it was built 3 decades ago. The Little Rock Board of Directors now approving financial plans for a top-to-bottom revamp, including a rooftop bar, restaurants, and overall design changes. City officials say $20 million in future bonds could be spent on the project. Now, it's unclear when construction could start, but Mayor Frank Scott Jr. says it will take around 18 months to complete. Out in Polk County, the community in Russellville is stepping up to help servers and staff who are currently without without a job after the Check H Grill and Buffet caught fire. The organization, the Rust Bus, is currently taking donations to help pay employees. Thankfully, no injuries were reported, and the cause of the fire is still under investigation. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm KARK's Gary Burton Jr.
Tune in each week for I Did Not See That Coming in the Zone. Every Tuesday, Justin and Phil discuss those stories that cause you to raise an eyebrow. I Did Not See That Coming is presented by Moe's Southwest Grill with the $9.99 lunch special, where you'll get a junior burrito, chips, queso, and a drink for only $9.99 in Little Rock, North Little Rock, Benton, and Conway.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
Partly cloudy today, still hot and humid. There is a 20% chance of a shower or thunderstorm. We'll have a high of 91. Tonight, rain chance picks up. 30% chance of rain showers and thunderstorms overnight. As the front moves through, we'll drop down to 70 overnight. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
U.S. Truck Accessories presents Match Game on Morning Mayhem. Listen for your chance to play their version of the classic TV game show. From U.S. Truck Accessories in Conway and Searcy, your #1 Central Arkansas source for camper shells, bed covers, spray-in bed liners, and more. Veteran-owned since 2002. Online at ustruckaccessories.net.
When the world's biggest tournament is hosted on our turf, you gotta do it big. And Twin Peaks is built for big games. Stay refreshed for the full 90 minutes with ice-cold 29-degree drafts of Michelob Ultra and the iconic handcrafted spicy margarita made with Casamigos. Pair all of that with hand-tossed wings and seared-to-order burgers. Every second is packed with the world's most scenic views. Twin Peaks is truly unmatched for every match. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, scenic views.
Tune in every Friday morning to hear Danny West from hogsports.com on Morning Mayhem. Brought to you by HJ Trailer Sales. They've got truck beds and utility trailers for every type of job and a service facility for maintenance and repair. Local folks with great products. Visit them online at hjtrailersales.com or in person at 808 Albert Pike in Hot Springs.
Tune in to Out of Bounds each Monday for Weekend Recap, brought to you by Fleet Management Services. Serving Central Arkansas for over 20 years, they're your small to mid-sized fleet specialist that also takes care of our fleet at Signal Media. Fleet Management Services is now hiring for loop tech, tire tech, and light maintenance. 8 paid holidays and paid vacation, paid health insurance, and 401k. Paid depends on experience and signing bonus. Apply in person at 901 East 8th Street in Little Rock.
To celebrate their partnership with the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission, your Arkansas Chevy dealers are giving away a 2027 Chevy Silverado 1500. For complete rules and to register to win, current Arkansas Game and Fish license holders should visit ChevySweepstakes.com/Arkansas Truck Hunt or see your Arkansas's best Chevy dealer for more details. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents 18 years or older who reside in Arkansas. Contest ends 12/31/26. Void where prohibited.
FanDuel, in partnership with Oakland Sports, is now available right here in the state of Arkansas. And on the biggest soccer stage in the world this summer, FanDuel, in partnership with Oakland Sports, is changing the soccer game with a feature built for soccer fans. Because sometimes your player gets subbed off and your bet goes with them. It can happen at any moment. 1 minute they're on the pitch creating chances, and the next they're heading to the bench. Well, not anymore with FanDuel Super Sub. If your soccer player is subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right. When your player leaves the match, your bet automatically continues on with a substitute player. So whether the action happens early, late, or deep into stoppage time, you're still in it until the final whistle. Visit FanDuel.com/Arkansas to get started now. FanDuel, in partnership with Oakland Sports. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. Must be 21 plus and present in Arkansas. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Attention. If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 501-600-2763. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 501-600-2763. That's 501-600-2763.
Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios. This is Out of Bounds with Wes Moore and Joe Franklin on 103.7 The Buzz.
Parmesan with my accountant lips. In fact, I'm down in this. You say with my boo babe tastes like Kool-Aid for the analyst. Girl, I can buy your Westie world with my base stuff. I know that it's good. Won't you sit it on my taste buds? I get way too petty once you let me do the extras. Pull up on your block and break it down. We playing Tetris. AM to the PM, PM to the AM phone. Eat up your per diem. You just gotta hate them phone. If I quit your BM, I still rock Mercedes phone. If I quit this season, I still be the greatest funk. My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke.
It's time for your Razor Hog update here on Out of Bounds. Joe Franklin, Ethan Riggs, Bart Reed, Wes Moore enjoying one more day off. We're going to bring in Richard Davenport. What's up, Richard? How's everything?
Hey, Richard.
Hey, buddy. Not bad. Not bad.
So we got some recruiting news, and there have been some official visits. What's the latest from recruiting and football there in Fayetteville?
You just had a three-star defensive back, Kevin Grant, commit to Arkansas about 20, 30 minutes ago. 6 foot, about 185, out of Arlington Martin High School in Texas. Had offers from San Diego State, UNLV, Tulsa, and several others. You know, his offer list is not that impressive, but he's a heck of an athlete. And I'll be honest with you, when I talked to him over the weekend after his visit, he looks bigger than the 185 listed. He looks more like 200. He's going to play safety. Listen to some of these numbers in track. And they're, if you know track and field, these are pretty impressive. 21.62 in the 200. All right, pretty good. I mean, not elite or anything, but pretty good. 24.7 in the long jump. That's pretty salty there. And 46.10 in the triple jump. And he also runs a leg on the 400-meter relay and the 800-meter relay. So outstanding athlete. And like I said, he'll play safety at Arkansas. But then you have another offensive lineman, Elijah Shaw, 6'9", about 290, out of the Kansas City area. He's going to be making the decision at 3 o'clock. He visited Arkansas officially May 29th, 31st, and then after that he visited Wisconsin. It's between those two schools. I like where Arkansas is with him, and so right now they stand at 17 commitments. If Shaw commits, that would be number 18. So, and then you got about 6 other guys coming in this weekend for official visits. That'll be the last weekend before the dead period kicks in on Monday, and it's going to be a long, extended dead period. So there won't be any visits. Won't be any coaches going off campus to visit kids. So obviously, in July they pretty much take some time off and then get ready for fall practice starting in August.
Who are some of those players that are coming in this weekend?
Well, I know Alvin Mosley, a 4-star receiver out of the Houston area. He'll be in. He visited Ole Miss back in June 5th and 7th. He made unofficial visits to Texas and Houston. Great offer list. Rated the number 16 receiver in the nation, number 120 overall recruit nationally. So pretty elite prospect there. Bryce Breeden, linebacker out of Bridge City, Texas. He'll be coming in for an official. He's made visits to TCU, Arizona, Purdue, and Northwestern. He was the district MVP of his district after having 109 tackles last year as a junior. Then you got 3 junior college offensive linemen coming in for official visits. And one last one I need to mention. Thought he was going to visit last weekend. He didn't. He's visiting this weekend. Running back Tyleek Lewis out of Zachary, Louisiana. Bigger running back, 6'1", 210. He's definitely high on Arkansas's list. And very physical and speedy guy. He runs 200 meters. I think right in the 21-second range. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Hey, Rich, it's Ethan here. Just curious, obviously there's so much talk about, Coach Silverfield, all the comparisons to previous Razorback coaches. Some have done well, some have not done well. But I'm just curious, have you actually been able to talk to any of his former players? Have you been able to get a sense of where he's coming from with his past and how previous players who played under him feel about him?
Not on the collegiate level. Obviously, I talked to Travis Swanson, who was with the Detroit Lions when Coach Silverfield was there, and he couldn't say enough good things about him. I talked to Bray Cook, who's obviously still is on the Arkansas staff, as the high school relations director and alumni director. He was on Coach Silverfield's staff at Memphis, and I did a story with quotes from both of those guys, and they raved about him in a lot of ways, and probably one of the better ways that I guess Bray kind of talked about him. Said he can be old school, very demanding, but yet very relatable to the players, and I think you see some of that. He's pretty demanding and very detailed as far as structure and things of that nature, and trying to build a program. But yet at the same time, the players seem to gravitate towards him, and that's a fine line to be able to be very, very demanding and kind of hard nosed, but at the same time, a coach that guys seem to like, because if you push too hard, sometimes guys can kind of go cold on you, but it doesn't seem to be that way with Coach Silverfield.
How about for that 2027 class in state? Are there who are the players to look out for?
Well, really, they got everybody that they want, so there's not any more kind of really on the horizon as far as possibilities, unless a kid, obviously in the fall, in the spring, in the fall during their season, especially the first 3 or 4 games of the season. Coaches and schools evaluate guys the first 3 or 4 games of their senior season, and sometimes you may see an offer to go out to guys that they wanted to see more film on, and that's a possibility. But right now, I mean, they're pretty much done as far as in-state guys, as far as guys that they were wanting and had offers from.
They're already looking forward to that 2028 and 2029 class.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they got like five or 6 offers out in the 28 class, and about 4 in the 29 class, all in state. So, obviously they're at 17 commitments. Like I said, right now, I think that commitment list is going to grow. Probably, maybe into the 20s at some point, because several guys are still waiting to make decisions. And then you got these guys that are visiting this coming weekend. They'll be making decisions. So, but after that, it'll be full bore on the 28 and 29 classes, especially the 28 class. But they'll still stay in touch with the 27 guys that are committed. And some of the guys that they're still recruiting, trying to get on the commitment list. But for the most part, by the time the first game of the season comes around, that the senior class it's pretty much done.
Arkansas landed Davion Thompson. What can you tell us about him? And basketball.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Elite scorer. He shot 51% from three during spring basketball, and I think he shot 51%, right around 50% while representing Team USA down in Mexico a few weeks ago. Just he can fill it up from outside, and he handles the ball very well, and definitely distributes the ball with ease. I think obviously he still hasn't made a decision officially on when if he'll reclassify from the 27 to 26 class, but he's going to do that at Peach Jam, which is kind of mid July. I tend to think I'll be surprised if he doesn't reclassify to 26 and he's not on the Arkansas campus this fall. But I suspect that he and Jordan Smith will share point guard duties, and I wouldn't doubt if he takes it over for the most part, gets more minutes than Jordan does at point, where Jordan plays more of the off guard. But right now he's like kind of like a consensus top 25, 30 prospect. But he probably would have gotten into maybe in the 5-star status if he would have stayed in high school. So for the 27. So the huge pickup, and like I said, I'd be shocked if he's not if he doesn't reclassify.
Bart, have you had a chance to see him play?
Yeah, he's Richard's right on. He's a shot creator. He creates separation. Is what he's doing on the Peach Jam. So he plays for Mean Streets. This is a Chicago kid. We were talking about Acuff, Detroit kid. Like, I love the Chicago, Detroit, New York type point guards. So Richard, your gut's telling you he's going to reclassify because the Peach Jam being over so late, that puts him, as you know, a lot of the kids now, they like to report so early to school. I think it'd be a great opportunity to reclass, but that does have him reporting late. So you don't think that's a...
Yeah, no doubt. And I'm kind of surprised by that if he does, in fact, reclassify and shows up on campus, after Peach Jam, which, it would be kind of surprising, but at the same time, I haven't gotten this from him, but I wouldn't be surprised if he wanted to finish out the summer with his team,
sure.
Mean Street,
yep,
out of Chicago. And one other thing that really just blew me away, I guess, when I first wrote about him back, is sometime last year. He was the Chicago Sun-Times Player of the Year as a sophomore, first ever sophomore to be Player of the Year by the Chicago Sun-Times. So
was it Bolingbrook?
Again,
Richard,
that city's produced some pretty high caliber kids over the years, and a lot of NBA players. And for him to be the first sophomore to be named Player of the Year, that's pretty solid.
Yeah, and he's setting it as you talked about, Richard. You see players blow up in the summer, kind of like JJ did. Like Joe, he's killing it this summer. A lot of people have him first team. So if he doesn't reclass, this is a guy that I think will shoot up the rankings because of he's averaging 24, but his team actually has a chance to win the Peach Jam. So, but he's an exciting player, and man, if you get him, and I think Malik Thomas is a great player, but add him with the kid from Georgia, and people have a short memory because these kids can really play and score in a hurry.
Yeah, if he can even come close to shooting that like that in college, that would be crazy. I mean, even if he drops a few percentage points and he struggles to 45%, that's pretty darn good.
Yes, it is.
How about that 27 class overall for basketball? How's that setting up?
Well, Coach Cal, he prefers bringing those guys in for official visits, usually during the fall. But but could see a guy come in August. But a lot of times, you come. He has in the past brought in some guys in June, but most of the students are obviously back home, and you don't get a real good feel for just the way campus life is when school is in session. So in the last few years, he's really focused on bringing guys in during the fall and let them attend a football game or something like that versus bringing them in the summer. There's some coaches like to bring them in the summer. Coach Cal seems to, at least the last few years, bring them in the fall.
Richard, have we heard anything about, because I know that they're in a period where they can do some things, have we heard anything about workouts, how individual players are looking, or small group workouts, anything so far to note?
Well, I think Coach Z has been on the circuit talking about, and he's kind of echoed the same thing that Coach Cal has said. Coach Cal has basically said if it's not an outstanding defensive team, he hasn't done his job.
Yeah.
Well, Coach C's obviously seen some practices too, and he's thinking very similar. So obviously they kind of struggled at times defensively last year. Evidently, that's not going to be the case this year. I think, if anything, if you look at Jordan Smith, one of his strengths, and obviously he can score at will, but one of his strengths is he's a dog on defense.
Yep.
And when one of your best players is a high octane dog on defense, that's only going to inspire other guys to follow suit. But obviously, he likes the length that he has, but I don't know if they're going to be as good offensively as maybe this past season was, because obviously, they were scoring a lot of points in just about every game, but defensively, they seem to be geared to be much, quite a bit better. And that I think fans overall, they love to see points scored, but they also like to see guys be able to shut down their guy and kind of make the other team struggle offensively. And Arkansas kind of had problems in that area.
Yeah, because Abdou Toure is another guy that flies around like Jordan Smith, and JJ's a lockdown defender. You got Billy Richmond. So I'm with you. I think it's going to be an exciting defensive team, which when they play defense like that, I've seen them play in grassroots in high school, that can create a lot of offense.
No doubt. You're exactly right. Where they may be lacking in some areas of last year's squad offensively, creating offense based off of their defense, that's where they might be able to kind of catch up with last year's squad in scoring. Who knows?
Yep, agree.
And Richard, you talked about when Coach Cal's preference is to have some of these official visits and have players come in, but does basketball have the same dead period as football, or are they able to recruit?
It fluctuates. But obviously there'll be an evaluation period when the coaches go to Peach Jam, and our football will be in a dead period all of July. But I'll be honest with you, I've been so wrapped up with football visits and stuff. I need to look at the calendar and see exactly when the calendar is live and when it's recruiting period for kids to be able to get on campus. But usually it's near the end of August, like the third week or something like that. You can start having guys in for official visits, or the 1st of September.
And with Coach Cal, it's always a balancing act. He's all over the place, and we know this time next week, or it'll be early next week, he'll be in New York for NBA draft. And
he'll milk that for as much as he can, and just like he did when he was at the NBA Finals and hanging out with Sandler. So, he knows what he's doing. The kids pay attention to that, and you pretty much know that Coach Cal is going to be in the green room just about every year with a guy that's either a lottery pick or close to it. So yeah, that's a given. He plays that so well, and obviously with his track record of so many draft picks, first round, and guys in the league, that's free advertisement for the program.
Thinking about Coach Silverfield here, he is a guy who, maybe we're bringing him in now and we almost expect him to be our first, more modern coach, a guy that has adjusted to this NIL era more so than we maybe saw with a guy like Pittman. Do you think Silverfield is really like that first style of coach that we've had where he's a younger guy, he fits sort of the modern player's mentality a little bit more as their head coach?
He's trying. When I say he's trying to improve the money situation. It's still not where it needs to be. Yeah. But at the same time, you're still Arkansas will never be a Texas A&M, LSU, Florida, Ohio State, far as the amount of money going into the program, far as NIL. So you're already at a disadvantage. And I do know. I mean, when he got on campus, he was right after he was named the head coach. I mean, he was making calls to boosters back in December. He's still doing that, trying to get the money situation right. But it's an uphill battle right now because really, let's face it, the last 10 years hasn't been so good for Arkansas, and you got kind of donor fatigue. And I think quite a few donors, they're kind of tapped out, or they're kind of in a wait and see mode to see where this goes. But obviously, Coach Pittman didn't have the money that was needed to compete, and we talked about that not only NIL wise, but Coach Silverfield and his staff is much bigger than Coach Pittman's staff, and that was an area where Coach kind of let people know that he wasn't playing with the same deck of cards that some of the other schools in the SEC were, as far as personnel, and then obviously Hunter Yurchek admitted that later on that the amount of money going into the program, NIL, besides NIL, I'm talking about funding for the program was not where it needed to be, and how in the world that went on, I have no idea. When you're talking about football being the cash cow, and so anyway, and I do know that Coach Pittman did do some fundraising himself, and he had some pretty powerful boosters at his home about a year before he lost his job, and they visited his home in Fayetteville, and he tried. So don't get me wrong, he tried. But Coach Silverfield, when he was at Memphis, he did a lot of fundraising then. So I think that was one of the reasons also why Hunter Yurchek was attracted to him, because Hunter, to be honest with you, evidently is not the best at raising money, and he needed somebody to be a strength in that area where he's not necessarily has that strength.
Richard, we appreciate you. It's always good talking to you here on Out of Bounds every Thursday. Enjoy next couple of days, and have a good weekend.
All right. Same to you guys. Take care.
It's Richard Davenport, Arkansas Democrat-Gazette, Whole Hog Sports, here on Out of Bounds. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back on the other side. Joe Franklin, Ethan Riggs, Bart Reed. Stay tuned. Out of Bounds Hotline on 103.7 The Buzz is presented by D3 Auto Sales, Arkansas's #1 independent used car dealership, specializing in level and lifted trucks. D3AutoSales.com.
This is SportsCenter,
In World Cup action yesterday, we started the day with a 1-1 tie between Portugal and the Democratic Republic of Congo. It was Congo's first ever goal and result at a World Cup. That game was followed by England defeating Croatia 4-2 with 2 goals from England's Harry Kane. Then Ghana got a late game injury time winner over Panama to win 1-0. And finally, Uzbekistan made their World Cup debut, losing 3-1 to Colombia. Today kicks off the second games for all teams in group play, and today's matchups are Czechia versus South Africa, Switzerland versus Bosnia and Herzegovina, Canada versus Qatar, and in primetime, Mexico versus South Korea. I'm Moose with the Buzz Radio Network.
We got the big deals at the Big Lot.
Summer is here at the Big Lot. If you need a truck or an SUV for the lake this summer, maybe a Jeep for some off-road fun, come see us at the Big Lot.
Folks, we have a huge selection of pre-owned vehicles starting at under $20,000, and our banks work with any credit situation.
You can buy with zero down, and our lenders love saying yes. So come see us at the Big Lot at Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram, Alcoa Road in Benton.
The Big Lot Benton.
Take it from Arkansas greats, Joe Klein and Pat Bradley.
The big national sports apps are now in Arkansas, taking over Oaklawn and Bentley, which are no longer local,
making Bet Saracen the only real local app.
Still Arkansans' fan fave.
Plus, Bet Saracen is still the official sports betting app of many of the state's colleges and universities.
Bet Saracen, built by Arkansans for Arkansans.
Bet with Arkansans. Bet with Bet Saracen.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET.
U.S. Truck Accessories salutes all active military and veterans. Now through July 4th, U.S. Truck Accessories is paying your sales tax in honor of your service. From bed liners and trailer hitches to steps, grill guards, bumpers, and lift kits, if it's for your truck, they've got it. With professional installation you can trust. With 2 convenient locations in Conway and Searcy, U.S. Truck Accessories is your truck parts superstore. Veteran owned and operated. Visit them online at ustruckaccessories.net.
Hey, Heath Boothby at Crane Hyundai of Little Rock. With gas being high right now, Hyundai has 6 models under $30,000, all with exceptional fuel economy, gas mileage ranging between 40 and 50 miles to the gallon. Plus, we have up to $4,000 off brand new 2026 Hyundai Palisades, the nicest, sleekest new SUV on the market. Come see me and my team at Crane Hyundai of Little Rock. Visit us online at cranehyundaioflittlerock.com.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union studios. TruService Credit Union. Membership has its rewards with low-rate auto loans, competitive mortgages, and one of the lowest interest rate credit cards in the nation. TruService Credit Union. Online at TruService.net.
Yo, remember back on the bully when cats used to harmonize like... Yo, my men and my women, don't forget about the dean. This is not the most the king. Yo, it's about a thing. Feel real good. Wave your hands in the air and lick 2 shots in the atmosphere. Since you were looking for your friend, the one you let hit it and never called you again. Remember when he told you he was about to Benjamins? You act like you ain't him, they give him a little trim to begin. Now you think you really gon' pretend like you wasn't down and you called him again. Plus when you give it up so easy, you ain't even fooling him. If you did it then you probably can. Talking out your neck saying you're a Christian, a Muslim sleeping with the gin. Now that was the sin that did Jezebel in. Who you gonna tell when the repercussions spin? Showing off your thinking it's a trend, girlfriend. Let me break it down for you again. You know I only say it cause I'm truly genuine. Don't be a hard rock when you really are a gem, baby girl. Respect is just the minimum. Nigga, you still defending them now. Lauren is only human. Don't think I haven't been through the same predicament. Let it sit inside your head like a million women in Philly pen. It's silly when girls sell their souls because it's sin. Look at where you be in. Hair weaves like Europeans. Fake nails done by Koreans. Come again. A win-win. Come again. A win-win. Come again. My friend, come again. Yeah. Guys, you know you better watch out. Some girls are only about that thing. This second verse is dedicated to the men rims and his Timbs and his women.
Welcome back to Out of Bounds. Joe Franklin, Ethan Riggs, Bart Reed. We're going to take a look around with sports and what's going on. So currently, World Cup action, Switzerland and Bosnia-Herzegovina, they're in a 0-0 draw, 36 minutes in. So plenty of World Cup action. Canada, Qatar coming up at 5 o'clock today. Mexico, South Korea will be at 8 o'clock. And U.S. Open golf. Sam Stevens, he's 2 under, top of the leaderboard. Rory McIlroy at 1 under. And Ludwig Oberg, they've all finished for the day, and Ludwig is also 1 under. Then you have a number of golfers who are also 1 under. Brian Harmon, and look how that leaderboard just keeps going with all those golfers that are 1 under.
Yep. Well, look at that wind blowing too.
It always seems to be a story of a U.S. Open this time of year, especially on the East Coast, and then that rough. Rough is always the story.
Yep. That's why I love the British Open and U.S. Open. Tough courses, not a bunch of high scorers. Got to grind it out.
Aaron Rai, he's sitting at even through 13. And his approach shot, he's within, looks like about a foot of the cup.
Yep.
So that's a look around at some of the sports that's going on. And let's take a look at Middleton Heat and Air Life and Feedback. So money raising is not Eurocheck's strength. And
yeah, I saw that one, Joe. You might not want to finish that.
Yeah, just not a fan of Hunter Eurocheck.
You could say that. Bart, have you met him?
I have not.
I haven't met him.
I have not.
Hmm.
You know, I think that job, if you're not fundraising, then you need to make incredible hires. So,
yeah, we hired him like right before this huge shift. I mean, we literally hired this guy like 2 or 3 years before NIL changed the whole game. So,
and that's something that all ADs, coaches, they've had to deal with, and you have to adjust with the times and essentially get ahead.
Yep. So, is the vote coming up for 5 for 5? Is that the 24th, where they're voting for college players get 5 to play 5, and that's it?
Mm-hmm.
I would really like to. I think that's important that it passes. I think well, Joe, I heard this. A lot of these programs now, salaries are increasing at such a rapid rate. Football, basketball, if the rate at NIL, some of these programs are going to be big programs are going to be losing money.
Yeah.
And I just don't know if it's sustainable.
And you know what, though? There are several programs out there that there's only a handful that are on top and bringing in money every year. And so the ones that, like you're talking about, it'll put them in an even deeper hole.
Deeper hole. And if you look at the NCAA tournament, not all the teams that are spending the $20 million, $19 million, it's not, I'm not saying they didn't get wins for it, and they certainly got talent, but it didn't guarantee them NCAA wins because a lot of the teams that were in the Final Four were the $11, $12 million. And Coach Cal's proven to be pretty frugal with his NIL money, even though he's probably got an unlimited bank account. He's not going to go spend $1.5 million over the league minimum in the NBA to get an average player. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to do that, Joe. I mean, you have to be frugal with your money. You can't just go and spend that type of dough consistently year in and year out and expect to have make any money.
Do you think it's worth taking a shot, though? Because we see the programs that are spending on these bigs, and they're few and far between. So that's why they're worth so much. We see those programs are benefiting from spending big on these big men.
Yep. But of the top, I think 5, you had Kentucky, Indiana, and I can't remember who was the third, and they weren't even sniffing the meat of the tournament where the big boys were. But I think if you have, like, Michigan's a prime example.
Michigan, Arizona.
Yeah, they spent money in the right places and the right player. I think what Coach Cal's seeing is big guys coming out of high school are still underdeveloped size-wise. So how much impact can they have? But, yeah, a big with experience, yeah, I think you would spend that money, right? I mean –
so far, he hasn't, though.
He hasn't. No, he hasn't. Agree. But do you think that the big guy is here to stay? Because last year was the coming out, again, of the big guy. We've been guard.
Mm-hmm.
And teams that had big guys did damage. You think that's going to continue? Because
it's all a cycle. We know how it works. Like, it could be like that for 2 to 3 years, and then it'll cycle back to where they're not a factor anymore.
That's right. Because Coach Cal's taking a stance is he's not getting the big but he's getting bigger and more physical everywhere else. And I know that's not the same as having the 6'10", 300-pound guy, but physicality is physicality, and you can be physical 1 through 4 and a little bit softer at 5 if you're getting length and rim protection, which I think he's getting. He's not getting the beef, but he's getting the length.
That's exactly what we saw with the Knicks. I mean, Cat played the 4 most of his career. They move him to a true 5. He's asked to get rebounds against guys like Wemby, but they have OG, they have Josh Hart, they have all these guys around him that are getting the rebounds and just making his life easier. And so it's like, okay, maybe we're going to see less Moses Kingsleys, but we're going to see more guys maybe like a Brazil that's just a little skinnier, a little leaner, can move with the modern, style of basketball a little easier.
Yep. Speaking of that, what do you think, Brazil? He gets drafted?
Ooh. Oh, yeah. I think they're going to be infatuated with his athleticism, and they'll see what the potential of player that he can be on the offensive and defensive end.
There's talk about him in the Heat, by the way. Pat Riley apparently made some comment. I guess he saw a workout with Brazil or something and was mentioning Brazil's work ethic. I don't remember the exact quote, but I think Brazil's for sure a second rounder. I mean, he just kind of got the rub-off effect of like, well, everybody's there to see A-Cuff, and then Brazil's just blowing him away while they're out there looking at the other guy, And that's the same thing with Billy. I mean, that's... I love Billy to death, but he just wasn't getting enough attention until we had the NBA scouts there in the arena, which is what a guy like A-Cuff does, not just for himself, but for our whole program, for all these other guys.
Right.
It helps the whole team.
Biggest thing with Trevor Brazil, Bart, is consistency.
Yep.
Now, as an NBA scout, an NBA coach, you see what he's capable of, and as a coach, you would feel like you can pull out the best in him and get that on a more consistent level. You're going to take a chance on it.
Yep. Because funny he said the Heat, because he reminds me a little bit of a guy that I spent a lot of time with, and that's Kelly Ware, who, well, I'll say this. When he was at the McDonald's All-American practice, I had an NBA front office executive call and say, man, if this kid had a motor, he would be the best player here. That's how talented he is. But he's length, like Trayvon. But the Heat have gotten
the best out of him.
Absolutely, because he's just so talented. And Brazil reminds me of that. Khalil had that length and could shoot the basketball like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Hey, the Heat are the guys. That's the organization that takes guys in the second round and gets 10, 15-year careers out of them. I mean, they squeeze the juice out of the lemon, So I would love it if Brazil went there.
Khalil is somebody you don't hear a lot about. He's relatively quiet.
Yeah.
Do you know if he comes home for off season, or is he staying there and working out in Miami?
Yeah, he comes home. He's real close with his family. It's a shame he doesn't get a lot of pub, because look at his numbers there.
Oh, absolutely, they love him.
Yes, he can really do it all. He's just he's one of the most unique players that I've had a chance to be in the gym with, and if he stays healthy, which I have no reason to think why he shouldn't. He's got all-star type potential, but he does. He comes back. He's a Little Rock guy, wants to come back and see his folks. So yeah.
We have another comment here. Middleton Heat and Air text line. Are we getting Beckham Black? What do you think there?
I think that's a done deal, and of course different coaching regimes. But Anthony Beckham Black's mom is an Arkansas fanatic. Like, she just loves it. And so I think that's a lock. And he's really talented. Very different than his brother. Is a shooter more than anything, but yes, I think that's a done deal. That's why I would love to see Davion Thompson come. I would love to see him stay in that 2027 class. My opinion.
And then it sets up for even more talent coming in, and we can see what this team is made of for 2026, and then you hold back some of that talent, so to speak. I guess.
Do you think we need help at the guard spot coming up?
Not right now.
I don't
No,
think so.
it's more about if you get more help, it's a bonus, but it's more about getting some size inside front court.
Well, and especially if we are a program that is more frugal, right? We're talking about these NIL struggles that Arkansas comes across, but we have to be so selective with where the money's going. We can't even afford really to pay a bench guard a whole lot. If we couldn't really justify paying like a bench guard, even if he's a higher recruit, more than our starting center, right?
Yeah. Because I think they paid off the record. I think they paid Billy Richmond a lot to come back.
Oh yeah.
Because he was.
It seemed like. And even with a report that came out that said he was staying in NBA draft, 30 minutes later, now he's returning. You know that he was convinced to return, if that's the case.
Yeah, because he let the last second. But I had a couple of really good sources that say, no, we know in interviews when people say they're staying and they're staying, and they felt like he was staying. Now I know his agents, that's what agents do.
They put a spin on it.
Yeah. But I think he was. The dough brought him back.
He deserves it, though.
He does.
We'll be back here with more of Out of Bounds after this break. Stay tuned.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Down with truck trouble. Lost time means lost money. Trust the experts at Powers Truck Parts and Service in North Little Rock. From headlight to tail light and everything in sight, their experienced technicians handle heavy-duty repairs, maintenance, diagnostics, DOT inspections, and more. They'll do the job right the first time so you can get back on the road fast. Family-owned, customer-focused, and built on over 30 years of trusted service. Visit PowersTruckParts.com today. Powers Truck Parts and Service, keeping your trucks rolling.
Hi folks, it's Chris Zender here at Frank Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sherwood. When you're in the market for a new Dodge Chrysler Jeep or Ram, we hope you give us a chance to earn your business. Here's some things to consider. Fletcher Dodge has been family-owned dealer here in Sherwood for over 25 years. We know how to take care of our customers to keep them coming back. Every Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram dealer pays the same price for their vehicles. It's the dealer that makes the difference. We'll give you the best deal up front. No haggling, no arguing. We make it easy to buy a new vehicle, and we'll pay you more for your trade-in. Compare our deal to anybody's, and you'll buy from us. Come see us today for the deal of a lifetime on new Dodge Chrysler Jeep or Ram. At Frank Fletcher Dodge, you always get the best price, the lowest finance rate, and more for your trade. And we promise you a hassle-free buying experience. We want to be your dealer for life. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Just tell us what you're looking for and we'll make you a deal. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road in Sherwood or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
You can't always see what's in the air, but dust, allergens, contaminants, even mold could be affecting your health. Learn about air quality testing at RainbowRestores.com. When the unthinkable happens, damage from smoke, water, fire, mold, or just poor air quality, let Rainbow Restoration fix your home or business. With their 24/7 rapid response, you'll get your life back on track fast. RainbowRestores.com. Rainbow Restoration. They restore, you recover. Services performed by an independently owned and operated franchise.
Arkansas Municipal Equipment in Poen, founded over a decade ago by Daniel and Vanessa Ellison. They lease and sell trucks, trash carts, roll-off dumpsters, and street sweepers. Proud to be Arkansas's only authorized dealer for New Way refuse trucks and Timco street sweepers. Your authorized dealer for Galfab roll-off and hook lift trucks. You can get parts and service for all makes and models with technicians traveling the state to take care of you.
AME, it's the service after the sale.
Babbel proudly presents The Poison Gift.
Derek, hi.
Hi, I got you something. Ein bisschen Gift.
Gift? Ist das Gift?
Ja, ist das Gift. Für dich.
If
If you buy her a gift, don't tell her it's poison. Use Babbel. Practice with Babbel's guided conversations based on real situations. Get up to 50% off on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Progressive provides protection for your boat and other outdoor vehicles so you can explore new things.
Oh, I can finally try pesto.
We meant like water skiing.
I've just never had pesto.
Or maybe take the boat somewhere new.
I mean, is pesto spicy or sweet? Oh, guess we'll find out, right?
Right. Bundle home or auto insurance with your boat, RV, or motorcycle and stay protected with Progressive while you explore.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not ready for pesto.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios. Online at TruService.net.
I ain't got too much time to spare, but I'm in time for you to show how much I care. Wish that I would let you break my walls, but I'm still spinning out of control from the fall. Boy, you give good love, I won't lie. It's what keeps me coming back, even though I'm terrified. I know that it's wrong, but I want to have fun.
Welcome back to Out of Bounds. Joe Franklin, Ethan Riggs, Bart Reed. College World Series, they're in their championship series. So both teams that only had to win one game, Oklahoma, North Carolina, they got it done yesterday. So they're set. And right now on Bet Saracen, Oklahoma is plus 135. UNC is minus 175. So UNC is a slight favorite there. College World Series. And that starts tomorrow at 7 o'clock, 2:03.
Do you see the spreads on there? Is it like UNC is a pretty heavy favorite? Because that's kind of what I'm imagining.
It hasn't been set yet. Just money
Okay.
money line,
Just
is,
money line.
is set for now. And usually by it being on Saturday, tomorrow the
Okay.
line will be in motion. Everything gets set there.
See that, I have to be honest. I think UNC's kind of got it. I mean, I know Oklahoma was convincing in their win over Georgia. They won by like 7 runs, but UNC, it's just like running into the buzzsaw. It's pretty unavoidable.
Also on Bet Saracen, you can look at their live now, and there are several Major League Baseball games that are going on. Cleveland Guardians, Milwaukee Brewers, Minnesota Twins, Texas Rangers, and also World Cup. Any of those games that are currently going on, you can get live now on Bet Saracen.
Hey, a sneaky game, Bart. You might be interested in this. The WNBA game tonight. We've got Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese facing off, which that's
nice.
always so contentious. You can just you can tell in the body language whenever you watch them play against each other that there is animosity there, to say the least.
So I try to figure out when I watch Caitlin Clark, like, does her coaching staff, do they like her?
It seems like there's tension.
Do her teammates? I mean, it's all over the place. It seems like it's just her and Sophie Cunningham.
I don't get it. I mean, right? I mean,
it's jealousy.
Bart, now when you look at her as a player, she set records in college, has the all-time leading scorer. But have you watched any of these WNBA games?
I've watched a few. Now, if you're saying watch all the way through, not a ton.
Okay, so there's clearly something going on there, though, because she's not shooting at a high percentage.
Right.
Ever.
Right.
Like, even,
right.
Even going back to rookie season when, the assists were there and the all-around game was more of the story. Yep. But, she made a name on her three-point shooting, and her three-point shooting has not been good.
But do you feel – no, I agree. Do you feel like – because when I look at the offensive structure and flow, I don't feel like they try to get her the ball in good spots. And I'm not saying that you can't – you have to deal with the cards that you're dealt.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think some of that's a byproduct of it almost seems like she's just an afterthought. Like they know where she's shooting the ball from, analytics.
Right.
It doesn't seem like they're getting to her spots.
That's a great point. She's closer to Steph than she is to Luka, right? Luka creates his own shots. Not that Steph couldn't create his own shot, but if you go back and watch Steph, they would set these screens for him, and he's running around during all these possessions. He's running the whole time until he catches and shoots. And I think they should use Caitlin in that way more, where the way they've been using her is they have her bringing up the ball past the court. They want her to be getting the assist instead of really being assisted.
I think that's more her game, though, just to be honest, because Steph does both.
Yeah.
Like, Steph can bring the ball up, control the team, get, teammates involved. He can create his own shot, but also coming off those screens, of course, if he gets open, he's going to be able to knock those shots down as well. So he can do it all.
Yeah. But see, I thought coming into this she could do it all too.
Me too.
And it's just not really.
That's not reality for her.
No. And so
Kelsey Mitchell is the player that fits the mold even more, where she can create her own shot. She's the one that can knock it down from outside.
But do you think she can, because Clark's a talent, and in some of this stuff your game grows, obviously. Do you think she can get into that? Because right now she is a little bit of a shot taker than a shot maker.
Right.
And that's not what I thought for her, but you think she can improve?
I think she can. I mean, it just comes from reps and putting in the work like we were talking about, but also the pressure that comes along with they just handed her the keys and everybody crowned her to say that she's the best women's player ever, and it was almost like every other great women's player before her was being highly disrespected.
Sure. And so far that pressure has been too much for her to handle, but it doesn't mean that she doesn't have that game to get there. But there's very few players that are ready to be given that path. You gotta earn that path. You gotta take it.
But here's what's interesting with all WNBA #1 overall picks. You see that they thrive right away.
Right.
Now there was even a deal with Azzi Fudd as this season began, because that first game against Indiana Fever, she played maybe 20 minutes and she scored 3 points, and they automatically tried to put something on her like she couldn't play because all #1 picks come in and they're scoring at will to begin.
Yep. But we haven't seen a #1 pick whose primary talent is shooting only. I mean, I'm not saying she can't do other things, but you can be covered up if they're not running some action for you.
Quick point, all of the WNBA's best players outside of Caitlin Clark are tall players. It's almost an older school style of basketball that they play.
Except for Kelsey Plum. Let's give
Kelsey
her
Plum is goated.
Yeah. Yes, she is.
Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russell is your headquarters for pool and spa chemicals. Luxury Pool and Spa is ready to get your pool balanced and swim ready with Pool Life and Baquasil Pool Chemicals. Luxury Pool and Spa is also a proud dealer of Polywood Outdoor Furniture, climate-tough materials, color-stay technology, and the 20-year warranty. If you're thinking about a hot tub, they have the amazing Caldera hot tubs in stock on their showroom floor. Live the life of luxury with Luxury Pool and Spa. LuxuryPoolArkansas.com.
Hi, I'm Hunter Bell. When you think about buying a car, we want you to think Bell Chevrolet. Not just because we want your business, but because we want to be on your side. That's what buying a car should look like. Simple, stress-free, knowing you have someone in your corner. We have something for every budget, new or pre-owned. I keep telling y'all it's better at Bell. Now it's time to come find out for yourself. Come see us on Chenal Parkway or shop at bellchevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
Let's see, if you're going to build a pool, tennis court, get dozens of fitness machines, indoor basketball court, pickleball court, it's going to cost you about $12.3 million. Don't have it? That's okay. Join the Little Rock Athletic Club or Racket Club. People will witness the fitness.
The best seats at the game don't always require tickets. Sometimes all you need is a pair of earphones. And 103.7 The Buzz. KABZ Little Rock. Buzz News with KARK's Gary Burton Jr.
Well, plans are moving forward to improve River Market Hall in Little Rock. It's been a staple in downtown since it was built 3 decades ago. The Little Rock Board of Directors now approving financial plans for a top-to-bottom revamp, including a rooftop bar, restaurants, and overall design changes. City officials say $20 million in future bonds could be spent on the project. Now, it's unclear when construction could start, but Mayor Frank Scott Jr. says it will take around 18 months to complete. Out in Polk County, the community in Russellville is stepping up to help servers and staff who are currently without a job after the Check H Grill and Buffet caught fire. The organization, the Rust Bus, is currently taking donations to help pay employees. Thankfully, no injuries were reported, and the cause of the fire is still under investigation. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm KARK's Gary Burton Jr.
10 Fitness brings you Top 10 Tuesdays with The Zone. Each week, Justin and Phil will dive into a different Top 10 list and take your calls. Brought to you by 10 Fitness. Turn back the clock on gym prices.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
Hot and humid today, a high of 91 degrees, partly cloudy, but a 20% chance of a shower or a thunderstorm before a front moves through. That front will pass through tonight. The rain chance will pick up, 30% chance of rain tonight with a low of 70. Tomorrow, 40% chance of showers and storms and a high of 84. For the Buzz Radio Network, meteorologist Pat Walker.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Tune in every Friday morning to hear Danny West from hogsports.com on Morning Mayhem. Brought to you by HJ Trailer Sales. They've got truck beds and utility trailers for every type of job and a service facility for maintenance and repair. Local folks with great products. Visit them online at hjtrailersales.com or in person at 808 Albert Pike in Hot Springs.
Got the big deals, the big rock.
I've been a little surprised by how far people will come just to visit us.
People will travel just to get the best deal.
We've got $15,000 off Ram HDs this month. Ram half-tons start at just $35,900, or you can get 0% financing.
And don't forget Wranglers. They have 0% financing and start at $35,000. Take the short, beautiful drive to Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram in Benton.
Or visit us online at chriscranecars.com.
I'm Alan LeVar. For 30 years, my team and I have helped injury victims across Arkansas. So when you hear hurt in a car, call LeVar, here's what that really means. You talk to real lawyers who know Arkansas, not a call center. We deal with the insurance company so you don't have to. If you can't come to us, I'll come to you. Your consultation is always free and confidential, and there's no fee unless we win. Hurt in a car, call LeVar. Arkansas strong for 30 years and ready when you need us.
LeVar Law, Injury and Accident Lawyers. Arkansas built, Arkansas trusted.
It's Justin Acree for CertaPro Painters. You know, there's some projects you keep saying, yeah, I'll get to that eventually. That was me with painting. Then I called CertaPro Painters, and honestly, the process was ridiculously easy, professional, on time, and they really care about doing it right. Celebrating America's 250th anniversary, you get $250 off projects of $2,500 or more when you schedule by July 10th. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. So if your home or office could use a refresh, let freedom and fresh paint ring.
Attention. If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 501-600-2763. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 501-600-2763. That's 501-600-2763.
U.S. Truck Accessories salutes all active military and veterans. Now through July 4th, U.S. Truck Accessories is paying your sales tax in honor of your service. From bed liners and trailer hitches to steps, grill guards, bumpers, and lift kits, if it's for your truck, they've we've got it. With professional installation you can trust. With 2 convenient locations in Conway and Searcy, U.S. Truck Accessories is your truck parts superstore. Veteran owned and operated. Visit them online at ustruckaccessories.net.
The NFL schedule dropped, and it's time to settle up. There's road trips to plan, hotels to book, tickets to split, tailgates to cover, scores to settle, all the things for the season. But now, when you send $10 or more to a friend with PayPal by May 28th, you could win 2 tickets to every home game of your favorite team. Yep, the whole season. Visit paypal.com/P2P sweeps. No purchase necessary. See website for details, including how to enter by mail. Brought to you by PayPal, official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL.
Your summer starts now with Memorial Day deals at the Home Depot. It's time to fire up summer cookouts with the Next Grill 4-burner gas grill on special buy for only $199. And entertain all season with the Hampton Bay West Grove 7-piece outdoor dining set for only $499. This Memorial Day, get low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. While supplies last, price and valid May 14th through May 27th. U.S. only, exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios, this is Out of Bounds with Wes Moore and Joe Franklin on 103.7 The Buzz.
But now I'm counting this. Parmesan with my accountant lips. In fact, I'm down in this. You say with my boo babe tastes like Kool-Aid for the analyst. Girl, I can buy your Westie world with my base stuff. I know that it's good. Won't you sit it on my taste buds? I get way too petty once you let me do the extras. Pull up on your block and break it down. We playing Tetris. AM to the PM, PM to the AM phone. Eat up your per diem. You just gotta hate them phone. If I quit your BM, I still rock Mercedes phone. If I quit this season, I still be the greatest funk. My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke put a baby in a spiral. Soprano C, we like to keep it on the high note. It's levels to it, you and I know. Tell them be humble. Sit down. 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 Who that thinking that he frontin' on that man? Get the off my stage. I'm the same man. Get the off my that ain't right. I make a play blowing up your whole life. I'm so sick and tired of the Photoshop. Show me something natural like Afro with your prime. Show me something natural. I wanna feel some stretch marks. Still take you down right on your mama couch and polo sock. Hey, this is way too crazy. Hey, you do not amaze me. Hey, I blew cool from ACA. Obama just page me. Hey, I don't fabricate it. Hey, most of y'all be faking. Hey, I stay modest.
What's trending in the world of sports is sponsored by Arkansas-based West Rock Coffee. Join West Rock Coffee and their 1.5 million coffee farmers around the globe as they fuel Arkansas with great tasting coffee, tea, and water delivered directly to your business. Contact them at westrockcoffee.com or 833-886-JAVA today.
What's trending in sports? Knicks had their championship parade. We heard from Jalen Brunson earlier. Now let's hear from Knicks head coach Mike Brown.
I'm proud of Mr. Dolan, Leon and his staff, all the players, all the coaches, Jamal, the front office side, all the Knick alumni that I see out there. We appreciate you guys. Pat Ewing, I got to give you a shout out. You've been with us this whole journey. I want to thank everybody. I'm proud of everybody for helping accomplish this great feat. The energy today and all around New York is off the charts. And I want to thank you all for it. Let's keep this energy going, baby, because this championship is about you guys. This is New York City's championship. I will say this, I'm so proud of our guys. From the top to the bottom, there was a lot of hard work that we put in. Starting with the off season, going into the season, a lot of stuff that you guys don't see behind the scenes. Guys busting their behinds, not just our players, our medical staff, keeping those guys healthy. No, let's give them a round of applause, for sure. At the beginning of the year, I had everybody sign a contract. And I didn't want you to sign the contract if you didn't believe in it. But it was about sacrifice. You saw our team sacrifice time after time after time after time throughout the course of the year. You saw our team stay connected through the most adverse times through the course of the year. We had our ups, we definitely had our downs, and our group stayed connected through those times. You saw it every time we hit the floor. It didn't matter who was suited up. Our guys brought a competitive spirit that obviously was unmatched, and that's why we're the 2026 NBA championship. You saw the belief in each other. It didn't matter whose number I called. Guys could be Jordan Clarkson. He didn't play for 2 months. He stuck with it. His teammates believed in him. He believed in the process. They believed in each other. And we all held each other accountable. That's the standard of what it was to be a New York Knick in 25-26, and that's why we're champions today.
Is that his first?
Yeah, as a head coach, yes.
Okay.
But he's won several as an assistant.
But his first as a, yep.
Yeah. Remember, he had some opportunities, though. He was there with Bron and
Kyrie.
Yeah.
But live and learn. See,
he even coached Kobe in the late 2000s before he was with Bron.
So this championship, real quick, I have to say this because this whole model of, you hear him say team chemistry and sacrifice. See, this is an Oklahoma City staple. This is what they did last year, and I'll talk to Zay about this a lot. They liked each other. They pulled for each other. You'd think there's jealousy. SGA's taking 30 shots a game. Nope. And the same thing with the Knicks. Like you could tell they genuinely understood the pecking order, roles, and they were pulling for each other.
Oh, they put the work in, the sacrifice, and they all had one common goal, and that was to win this championship. And they've been at it for a few years and been close.
Yep.
But coaching definitely got them over the top because there was a belief in them and the fact that these players could play. Like you mentioned, Jordan Clarkson. Mm-hmm. From the outside, we know Jordan Clarkson can play.
Yep.
But he's somebody that was at the end of the bench, and then he waited his time, and we knew that he'd be ready when he got his time. But that was one staple of Mike Brown that was different from the past few seasons.
Yep.
He was willing to get deep into that rotation and use that bench.
Yep, use it because you got to use it.
We have some NBA free agency on the horizon. And that's going to be in a couple of weeks right after draft. Brian Windhorst, he had some comments about Trae Young and him opting out of his contract and kind of what to expect there.
When Trae Young was traded to Washington in January, it came with the understanding that he would opt out of his contract. It also came with the understanding that he would basically not play for the rest of the season. They listed injuries, but the Wizards lost 26 of the last 27 games, with Trae Young only playing in 5 games after the trade. The expectation is, he may take a meeting or two for appearances' sake. He's going to re-sign with the Wizards, likely on a 3-year, very large contract.
And then the other side of that is we mentioned how Wizards are trying to build that roster, not only through some trades that they've made, number 1 overall pick, so they feel good coming into this next season. Latest on Anthony Davis and Tim Bontemps. He talks about Anthony Davis and what he thinks.
What about the Anthony Davis of it all? And I think that's the question that Rich Paul, his agent, will also ask. Hey, they also traded for AD at the deadline. AD sat out the rest of the season. AD is extension eligible. If you're paying Trae Young, if I'm Anthony Davis, hey, I'd like an extension too. I'd like the comfort of long-term financial security as well. I'm not sure the Wizards are able to, at this point, put that kind of offer on the table for Anthony Davis, but if they aren't, that could be a sticky situation as well.
Bart, what do you think about those moves that they made, bringing in Trae Young and Anthony Davis, and how that could work out? These are, Trae Young, like was mentioned, that maybe they held him out for a reason and extended that injury. Anthony Davis, on the other hand, he's someone who's often injured.
Often injured and getting up there in age. and the best ability is availability. So I can't say that when you need to make that much improvement, Anthony Davis does not excite me that much. He's a great player, but he's past his prime. You need to draft really well. And Joe, who do you think? Do you think it's a done first pick, DeMonte?
At this point, I don't know if it's done, but I think they're kind of going back and forth between DeMonte and Darren Peterson.
Yep.
Now it depends on how they feel their biggest team need is, and these players getting in front of them and working out. I think these last few workouts, they're going to be big.
So who do you give that? Because I think this is one of the most – if you talk about the two you just talked about, because they're two distinctly different players, who projects the best between the two long term, 8 years from now?
Long term, from what we've seen, you would say DeMonte, but I think Darren Peterson is one of those talents at that guard position, at that combo guard position, that he's going to be around for a while.
He's a rare – people probably have not seen him, but if you've seen him where he's playing, he is, as advertised, that good. I just scare his baggage scares me.
See that's exactly the thing with Peterson. It's like maybe he just fits in better to more teams in the league. As a guy that can do that combo guard, that can, especially if like Trae Young is going to be somebody he has to play with. Well, they, unfortunately that's why they wouldn't draft a guy like Acuff. They wouldn't want two smaller guards out there at the same time. So I think maybe if they're looking for somebody that complements Trae, Darren, I probably give the edge to.
I would have to agree.
It's
Although
close. It's close.
AJ's good.
So that's interesting. We all went Darren Peterson, where there's a lot of talk out there, a lot of backlash about how he's been projected over this past season in college because of the fact that it seemed like there was some load management with him already.
That'd be an understatement, right?
Oh yeah.
But they've got to be talking to the coaches, and I would think the Kansas coaches are being straight up. So if he's taken number one, that they have no concerns.
They would feel good about it.
Yeah, and they would expect no issues because it's an easy pass because your number two or your backup would be that good. This draft is loaded up. I cannot believe that Malik Thomas is not invited to the green room. Because he normally is I think anywhere between a 13 and 17 type talent pick.
So just based on his skill set, what are you getting from a Malik Thomas? What's a team potentially getting?
A shot creator. He can create shots and make shots. If you look at freshmen that come into college, you have an enhanced 3-point line versus high school. You don't see players shoot 42, 43, 44% like Acuff and Thomas did. They shot a ridiculously efficient clip. If Malik Thomas was about 2 inches taller, I think he would be clear and away a lottery pick. He's undersized for a 2, and he doesn't handle the ball well enough right now to be a 1, although he can work on that. But he's going to hit shots. He's got a high motor, and that's one thing when you look at Malik and Billy Richmond in these workouts, Joe, Ethan, they're saying, man, their motor. Like, some of these guys come in out of shape, and they come in ready to go. So I think they get a cold-blooded score.
It's cool that you mentioned that 13 to 17 spot for Thomas in the draft, because I'm looking here at the draft order. There's kind of a fascinating thing that's popping out to me. So the Bulls are at number 4, right? Say they take Acuff at 4, which is starting to seem a little more likely as the days go along.
Yep.
Well, number 15, Chicago Bulls pop up again.
Oh, nice.
What are the odds that we see a Razorback backcourt? That would be amazing.
Yeah.
And those two guys already complement each other stylistically. Malik's a taller guy. He can guard the other team's point guard if need be. Man, how about that? That would be great.
Yeah. And they have new direction there in Chicago with Tiago Splitter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who did a fantastic job this year with Trailblazers.
Absolutely.
And they could use 2 guards. Honestly, they could use a point guard and a shooting guard.
Bart, who else do you like, just overall talent that's in this draft?
Ooh, gosh, it's so loaded up. I like I love Boozer's physicality. I thought, especially Arkansas playing, I had a chance to watch him several times, but his physicality and the way he handles the ball and goes inside and out is really incredible to me. You know, this is just a draft where you look at it and you're like, man, this much talent. I love LeBaron Philon from Alabama. Like, and you're saying he's I don't know what his latest project, 15, 14. You're telling me a guy that talented is going that late because he's just got potential NBA All-Star written all over him.
Now he could have gone in last year's draft, right?
Yes. Yep. And that's what I think. If you look at it, that was the case that Malik could have come back and Philon could have went in a year earlier. Of course, now listen, last year's draft was good, you know. But there's tons of talent. I love the Texas Tech guard. His name's escaping me. Of course, Fears pulled out. He's going back to school, but
and it looked like he was ready to go.
Absolutely, but she's scared of the depth, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
and that's one thing that as a player, you can't really be scared of it like that. Like from the outside, to say that somebody should return to school because the draft is so deep, knew that Malik Thomas wouldn't listen to that outside noise because he's confident in who he is and his talent. He doesn't care anything about this draft being deep.
That's right. But if you talk to executives, the one thing that everyone knows, if you're past pick 22, you're getting drafted over and you're not going to be guaranteed those minutes. That would be nice as a rookie. If you're inside those picks, you're going to be pretty much given a starting spot or a quick roll off the bench, and you're going to log significant minutes. But you know, when you get into pick 20s, the second round, there's no guarantees, and some of them might end up in the G League.
Yeah, Malik is like just good enough where he could get some of that guaranteed money up front. He could get drafted high enough to where that's not an issue for him. If he had just played a little worse, you know, I mean, maybe he is coming back to us without a doubt next season.
And there are people that if players spend some time in G League, they try to knock the player for that, and they do mention that as a reason that somebody should return to school. Well, they're just going to be playing in G League. You get better by playing in G League.
100%.
And you have top 5 picks. There's no knock on playing in G League. You have top 5 picks that will spend time in G League.
That's right.
Just to get better.
Yeah, what do people think the minor league baseball system is? It's an exact equivalent. It's just that they don't have AAA, AA. It's just one G League team that is an affiliate.
And all these guys can play.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing how just the overall level of competition and the size and the strength and the skill of these guys now. It's just incredible.
That's the major difference, too. You see when watching a G League game, you can see them go up and down the court a number of possessions and not make a shot or miss a number of shots. NBA games, you don't see that.
No.
Those guys are making shots from all over the court and being defended well.
Contested
They're going to make shots.
That's right.
Bart, I actually do have a question coming off that. I saw an interview with J.J. Redick one time when he was still doing the old man and the three a few years back, and he said that in practice, usually an NBA player is going to shoot about 70 to 80%, like if you're just getting shots up in the gym. Is that something you see whenever you're training these athletes? Maybe 70% of the time it's going in?
Yeah, you better be shooting about, I would say, high 60s. If you're on that level, if you're not, when you put somebody in front of you, you're going to be struggling, and that's the difference between Power 4 players, mid-major players versus D2 players. The ability to knock down open 15 to 18, 19-foot shots. And if you're in the NBA, well, you say this: Isaiah Joe and I used to do a drill, the 1-minute drill. He'd hit 25 threes in a minute and miss one. Like,
I've seen
ridiculous.
Moses Moody, KK Robinson, when they were first year in college, a workout that they had, and off the catch.
Yeah.
They're stepping into the shot off the catch, and they win a number of shots without either of them missing.
Yeah. From deep. And you've got 2 to 3 balls in rotation. And but again, that's what, if you're going to play shooting guard in the league and be a high-level player, that's what you have to do. You have to be able to hit open shots. Catch and shoot, three. They'll pass up an open layup for a corner three in the NBA. And that's not going to change.
That's today's game. That's what it brings about.
That's it. Yep.
And that's something the WNBA hasn't done. That's why we were talking earlier about how Caitlin Clark and her adjustment to that game is seriously, I think the WNBA, it's almost like what the 2000s were for the NBA, where you're after Jordan, but you're pre-LeBron, and it's just like, you know, Kenyon Martin's a number 1 overall pick. He plays that like 4 where he's shorter, but he rebounds. He's like an 18-8 kind of guy. Those guys are just gone from the NBA, but in the WNBA, every team has players like that. Yeah. And that's maybe why we're seeing some of the physicality as well. Maybe Clark struggling a little bit with that physicality. And the NBA has moved away from that. We're seeing more of a finesse, more of a true skill set. That's why, you know, we even talked about this yesterday, Joe, about how, you know, in the 60s, 70s, you were looking at Wilt and Bill Russell, you know, Kareem. All the greats were the tall guys. And let's just be honest, they were dominant. They were dunking on people. They were simply taller, and they were moving around these guys. Well, now you see, that's why like Jordan was such a revelation. That's why Magic and Bird were revelations. And now it's like, well, we want people like, you know, Caitlin Clark to be that good. It's like, I don't know. You know, you have to change a whole sport like that. That's a tough position to be in. And I mean, she's only my age. She's in her early 20s. She's only a few years in. There are people her age that are still in college.
But the girls lag, and I'm biased. Joe and I have talked about that. I have a daughter that can absolutely shoot the lights out, and she shoots it from deep. And I feel like in high school she was a little bit ahead of her time because coaches are not used to seeing girls pull up and catch and let it go from 25 feet.
Yeah.
And so I don't think they quite appreciated the degree of difficulty when you look at the girls' game in high school and there's 50 block shots in a game because they're trying to take a 15-foot shot to get into 6 feet, you know, to get closer, and it's just congestion. But before Steph, the NBA was not much different.
Exactly.
I mean, you know, that was not that long ago.
It was an effect on the game as a whole, not just men's game, but
that's right.
As a whole.
That's right.
Yeah, and that's why, like, if you look at KD, right, a guy who sort of played during the time where all of this was changing, if you go back and look, they were making him a 2-guard that was like a mid-range. He was doing a lot of floppy action, you know, in Seattle. He was doing early 2000 style coaching offense that you just don't see anymore, where they're setting screens and they're creating plays for long twos.
And
that's fascinating.
That's why there's only one, Joe said this, there's only one J.J. Redick, a 6'1", 6'2" shooting guard, because he was money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was going in when it left his hand. Him and Kyle Korver were kind of the first prototype. I mean, Korver's got a cut called the Korver cut.
Korver was a heat check guy, man. For years, he was a heat check guy.
Yeah.
Let's get into some more of these highlights. World Cup yesterday, Portugal, Congo DR, they played to a 1-1 draw, which is thought to be a bit of an upset.
Vitinha defending. In goes the cross. To Nzabi's attacking it. It's in. DR Congo have scored in the World Cup for the very first time. History for Johan Wesser.
England, Croatia, a couple of European countries that went at it, and England came out on top, 4-2.
England on the run. Rodgers. Job not done. Saka picks it up. England have the numbers. It's Marcus Rashford.
Soccer has some of the best calls.
Are you a soccer guy?
Oh, yeah. I love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Bart, one of the sports that you can play that's going to give you endurance.
Yeah.
It's going to get your footwork together for any sport you want to play.
It's
a great sport,
yeah.
Especially for young kids just starting playing sports. Soccer would be the way to go.
Yeah.
Ghana, they get a win versus Panama 1-0 late in the game.
Nearly 4 minutes gone in stoppage time. Off a bump. Semenyo knocks it forward. Long run there. Thomas they got free. He's in the box. That's out there cross. Can't hit a goal. You're into.
There's still a lot of question about Christian Pulisic and if he'll be available for tomorrow's game, U.S. versus Australia. That goes on. It starts at 2 o'clock, and Out of Bounds will be at Twin Peaks. We'll have a watch party. So stop by there, say hi, and come enjoy some U.S. soccer versus Australia. But here's Jenny Taft with the latest on Christian Pulisic.
Well, a similar update to provide in terms of Christian Pulisic and his calf injury. What I can say, he is participating in a modified training session today. You can actually see behind me, and I know the players are here now, but he is on the pitch. He does have a sleeve on that calf. Now, he's been working with the medical staff. This is the most we've seen him on the pitch in action this week. Now, he is day-to-day, but right now a good sign he's moving well, and we'll continue to keep you posted on Christian Pulisic and his calf injury.
And that is a great sign, because before that, he was only doing individual workouts, and he was kind of like in a see-through tent. You know how on NFL games you see the tent?
Yep.
But he was kind of in a see-through tent, and he's doing some individual workouts and doing some strengthening drills, and they had a camera on him the entire time. But the fact that he's actually on the field, on the pitch, running around, it's a great sign.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think about all these guys that are injured now? It seems like all sports. Younger athletes are getting terrible injuries. What would be death sentences for us back in the day?
I think because these sports are specialized now, and you're not playing other sports as much, and you're spending more time on that individual sport altogether. It's year-round. You never get a break.
Yep.
And I think that some of that leads to more injuries.
Yep. So, and because I agree, if you played more sports, I think it works obviously different muscles, but I think that's a huge part of it, right? I mean, if you're baseball and you have 14-year-old kids with Tommy John,
yeah, that's crazy.
But if you got them on a pitch count, and they don't do anything else, anytime you go over that, which they'll say in the NBS why they wear those sensors, right? So anything over 30% of your normal load management puts you at like triple the risk for injury. If you could stay within that threshold, but that's why fans get upset, right, when they're sitting players.
Yeah.
But they can't afford to risk the investment if you've got players that are 28 getting Achilles tears.
And look at basketball players from a young age. They're playing school basketball.
Yeah.
Or youth basketball, then they're playing summer basketball.
Yep.
So they're playing all year.
Yep. Indoors only, usually. Where
that's a major difference.
Yeah, it's the only thing saving them.
Yeah. Well, because
no. At one time,
really,
outside,
it hurts them.
Yeah, outside. That was the way to go. That was the only outlet for a lot of people at one time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cause you on different surfaces, your body uses, in theory, different muscles. So if you go outside and you're concrete and just like, riding bikes and stuff like that works, but you go indoors and it is a little bit different. But the more surfaces you're on, the better in terms of injury reduction.
Oh, yeah. So, baseball highlights. Diamondbacks, they got an 8-1 win over Angels. Had some big-time home runs.
Corbin Carroll with a fly ball. It's hit into right field. And that one is gone. Well, he barreled that one. It's out of here for his 13th. And it's a 5-run Diamondback second.
Orioles over Mariners, 5-3.
Against Kirby, Alexander's on the run. Henderson sends one in the air to deep right. Robles at the wall. He's out of room. Into the sunshine, a brilliant swing by Gunnar Henderson. And that puts the Orioles on the board in Seattle in a big way. A 2-run blast for Gunnar. He continues to torch George Kirby. And Henderson's 15th. Fly ball deep right center field. This one's golfed out toward the wall and gone. Up into the no-fly zone. Jackson Holliday knocks it out of here. He came a little shy of the fence in the 5th inning, and he airs one over it in the 9th to give the Orioles a little late insurance.
Royals beat Nationals 6-2.
Lined up to say hi to him. And there's a deep drive into left center field, and Lane Thomas has another home run, and the Royals have another home run. Solo home runs in the first 3 innings and a 3-0 lead. And he hits it well to center. Cruz is getting a workout today. That is gone. Back to back in the 3rd inning. The Royals have 4 home runs.
Dodgers get a close win over Rays 5-4.
Rubs out Rule. Freeman flies it to deep center field. Mullins going back. He's out of room. Goodbye. Freddie Freeman flips the score with a 2-run shot.
Marlins, they dominate 12-4 over Phillies.
Direction of Don Mattingly. There's a high drive in the air, deep to right field. That is gone. A big hit that the Marlins desperately needed comes courtesy of Kyle Stowers, who blasts his 6th home run of the season, and the Marlins jump out to a 2-0 lead.
Guys in, not today.
This is driven deep to right, way back, Stowers again. And the Boo Birds are out here in Philadelphia. A multi-homer day for Kyle Stowers, who is taking his time rounding the bases. 10-4.
Philly fans are so unforgiving no matter what the sport.
Brutal. Just brutal.
They saw him get beat 12-4, so they let him know about it. Let's go to the phones and talk to Jimmy. What's up, Jimmy?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Hey,
we
Jimmy.
got you. We got you.
Sorry. Yeah, I was calling about the Caitlin Clark thing. I think the only way I can see that anybody says she's underperformed is just the strict number of threes she's hit.
That's what we're meaning from a 3-point standpoint.
Yeah, because if you look at, she's averages 19 points a game, which is better than all but 2 of the last 10 top 10 picks. Asia Wilson and Breanna Stewart are the only ones to score more a game than she has. And her rookie year, she set the season record for assists, and she's a point guard.
Yeah, we were talking about 3-point shooting because you'll see several games where it's 1 for 8, 2 for 9. We're talking about from a 3-point shooting standpoint.
Okay, because as far as being a bust and not living up to the hype, I mean, she's scored 19 points a game since she's been in the league.
Yeah, Jimmy, nobody's called her a bust.
Yeah,
so,
I will say, I think maybe more so the point that we were making earlier is that maybe if there was a better offensive scheme around her, we could see a 3-point shooting uptick, but that so far throughout her career, we haven't seen the 3-point shooting that we were seeing at Iowa, which, I mean, there's no question when she was at Iowa, everybody was comparing her to Curry at Davidson. That was the big comparison there.
Yeah, but now she has another scorer to pass the ball to, which she didn't have at Iowa. I mean, she had the number 1 draft pick from the year before, Boston.
Several scores.
Yeah,
they built that team.
But Jimmy, that should be honestly increasing her efficiency, and so her efficiency is not. It's not what I expected. I mean, if you're looking at her 3-point shoot, I mean, last year she shot 28% from 3. And if you've got scores around her, that means that she's taken more uncontested threes than she's ever taken, and she's not knocking them down. I mean, 32% this year, that's not great for her. I mean,
for anybody.
Sure. It's just surprising to me.
Well, and like I said, if you're just strictly talking about threes, I understand the point. But if you're talking about how successful somebody's been as a basketball player,
sure,
she's been one of the most successful number 1 picks in the last 10 picks.
It is sort of that LeBron thing where it's like, well, they're a number 1 pick. It's like, I think everybody's threshold for that is just going to be different. I think it's just subjective, maybe.
Appreciate the call, Jimmy. We're going to take a break here on Out of Bounds. More coming up after this break. Stay tuned.
This is Sports Center.
The championship is set in the College World Series, with both undefeated teams keeping their streaks alive. Yesterday, the number 5 North Carolina Tar Heels defeated the West Virginia Mountaineers 12-7, eliminating West Virginia from the tournament. The game on the other side of the bracket wasn't much closer, as the Oklahoma Sooners continued their run, beating the Georgia Bulldogs and eliminating them with an 11-4 win. The championship series starts this Saturday at 7, along with Game 2 on Sunday at 1:30. And Game 3 3, if necessary, will be Monday night at 6. And in another sport where they hit a ball with sticks, the 126th U.S. Open at Shinnecock starts today. Coverage will be split between USA Network, NBC Sports, NBC, and Peacock. Scottie Scheffler is the favorite to win, and if he does, he will complete the career Grand Slam. I'm Moose for the Buzz Radio Network. Join the Zone this Friday with Justin and Phil broadcasting live from UAMS Health Ortho Now, the walk-in orthopedic clinic located inside the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital on the UAMS campus in Little Rock. Ortho Now provides fast, expert care for orthopedic injuries with no appointment required. The Zone, starting at 10 at UAMS Health Ortho Now, right here on 103.7 The Buzz.
Hi, I'm Hunter Bell. When you think about buying a car, we want you to think Bell Chevrolet. Not just because we want your business, but because we want to be on your side. That's what buying a car should look like. Simple, stress-free, knowing you have someone in your corner. We have something for every budget, new or pre-owned. I keep telling y'all it's better at Bell. Now it's time to come find out for yourself. Come see us on Chenal Parkway or shop at bellchevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
Shipments of spring and summer fashions are arriving at Bell & Sword. That means swimwear from Saks, Peter Millar golf wear and shirts, Johnny O's store within a store. Be sure to check out the Faraday line and Martin Dingman shoes and leather goods. So hurry in for a great value on quality men's clothing at Bell & Sword for your spring and summer items, and you'll look fantastic. Bell & Sword, 1011 Oak Street in downtown Conway on Facebook and Instagram.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Take it from Arkansas greats Joe Klein and Pat Bradley.
The big national sports apps are now in Arkansas, taking over Oaklawn and Bentley, which are no longer local,
making Bet Saracen the only real local app.
Still Arkansans' fan fave.
Plus, Bet Saracen is still the official sports betting app of many of the state's colleges and universities.
Bet Saracen, built by Arkansans for Arkansans.
Bet with Arkansans. Bet with Bet Saracen.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET.
Hey, this is Mitch at Red River Auto Group, and I'm working today. And today, as always, we're fighting where other dealers are advertising online prices that they actually don't give. You walk in the store, they're at $1,900, $2,900, or they're saying you don't qualify for this rebate or that rebate. And of course, we have to explain that to the customers. It had me thinking, they're probably explaining to their customers that we do the same thing. Well, we do not. Whatever you see online at RedRiverAutoGroup.com will be the price you get. Check us out, RedRiverAutoGroup.com.
This is Trey Johnson with HJ Trailer Sales. Spring is here, and y'all have made us the #1 truck bed dealer in the state. We want to thank you for your support and business. If you're looking for the best customer service from folks that can handle any type of trailer and take care of you after the sale, with hometown service, it's HJ Trailer Sales. Our team will handle all your service and warranty needs. See what great customer service looks like at HJ Trailer Sales on Albert Pike in Hot Springs, or check us out on Facebook.
FanDuel, in partnership with Oaklawn Sports, is now available right here in the state of Arkansas. And on the biggest soccer stage in the world this summer, FanDuel, in partnership with Oaklawn Sports, is changing the soccer game with a feature built for soccer fans. Because sometimes your player gets subbed off and your bet goes with them. It can happen at any moment. 1 minute they're on the pitch creating chances, and the next they're heading to the bench. Well, not anymore with FanDuel Super Sub. If your soccer player is subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right. When your player leaves the match, your bet automatically continues on with a substitute player. So whether the action happens early, late, or deep into stoppage time, you're still in it until the final whistle. Visit FanDuel.com/Arkansas to get started now. FanDuel, in partnership with Oaklawn Sports. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. Must be 21 plus and present in Arkansas. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Have questions about retirement, investments, or your money? Call our financial hotline. Dial 501-381-5228 and leave a voicemail with your specific financial question, and our experts will answer it on the Get Ready for the Future show Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Get your financial questions answered by the pros. 501-381-5228. Call now. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice offered through Independent Advisor Alliance. Independent Advisor Alliance and Genwell Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Hi, it's Frank Fletcher from the Fletcher Dodge store here in Sherwood. Folks, if you're shopping for a new car or truck, I hope you'll come see us and give us a chance to earn your business. We have huge discounts, 0% financing available, and we'll give you $1,000 over Kelley Blue Book value for your trade-in. Folks, I guarantee you a hassle-free buying experience. And if you've had credit problems in the past, listen to this. We have an easy pre-approval process. Just go to FletcherCredit.com to get started. You can be pre-approved in minutes. It's really not hard. FletcherCredit.com. Folks, we're also still buying cars every day. If you got an old car or truck you want to turn into cash, bring it to Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood and ask for Chris or Andy. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Shop in person or shop online at FletcherDeals.com. Thank you.
This is Justin Akery. If shoulder or elbow pain is affecting your daily life, the fellowship-trained physicians at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health are here to help. They offer advanced care for injuries, arthritis, rotator cuff problems, and more, helping you feel better, move better, and get back to everyday life. Call 501-686-TOSH today to schedule your appointment. That's 501-686-8674. The doctor will see you now.
Hey, Heath Boothby here on the lot at Crane Hyundai of Little Rock off Colonel Glenn. We are rolling into summer, and that means great savings. We have Tucsons and Santa Fe's at 0% financing for up to 60 months. Hey, you want big savings and great gas mileage? We have $3,000 off all new Elantras, cars that get over 40 miles to the gallon. Come see why me and my team are Little Rock's #1 choice for sales and service here off Colonel Glenn, Crane Hyundai of Little Rock. Visit us online at cranehyundaioflittlerock.com.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union studios. TruService Credit Union, your headquarters for auto loans. With TruService, no payments for 60 days and rates starting as low as 3.99 APR on new, used, or refinance your current auto loan. TruService.net for pre-approval. Your auto loan experts.
Welcome back to Out of Bounds. Joe Franklin, Ethan Riggs, Bart Reed. Bart, you mentioned you got some kids, you got younger kids.
Yep.
I know they're are they into TikTok?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I get on there and watch stuff sometimes too. There's some stuff that's entertaining.
It's addictive.
Yeah. So there's a guy on TikTok and he was doing the healthiest cities in the country.
Yeah.
And the most unhealthy, and as he stated,
fattest
city.
Yep.
Take a listen to who he said is the quote-unquote fattest city.
Welcome to Little Rock, Arkansas, everybody, where not so little people live. Because this is America's most obese city. Fun little quick fact about Arkansas, they invented the cheese dip in 1935. Pretty cool. So we're gonna explore it today and see what Little Rock's doing wrong, because clearly they're doing a lot wrong. We're searching for healthy options around the area, and it's pretty slim pickings. We have the Walgreens, Papa John's shows up for some reason. We got a Chinese buffet, Mike's Cafe. Hibachi could be good, but it's still pretty heavy on the carbs. Value Foods, another supermarket, Long John Silver's. I feel like the most accurate answer could be just maybe going back to the airport and leaving Little Rock, but who knows, we might be able to find something. There is literally fast food everywhere. Like there's a Popeyes, Pizza Hut, Chinese takeout places, Wendy's. Every single place that you can think of is just all on this one street. It's like an open-aired food court. We haven't even been here for that long, and you can already tell that this is not a very walkable place. Like nobody's walking, everything seems very spread out. I think the only way you can get your 10K steps here is like literally if your car breaks down or if it gets stolen. Like, I don't think anyone here is too active. There isn't even actually a sidewalk to even attempt to walk. With endless unhealthy options around, we stumbled upon a local donut spot where I wanted to see how the locals actually order. Good morning. I want to get what just a regular Little Rock citizen would get.
The plain glazed donut.
Plain glaze? 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
4.
3 or 4?
Yeah.
Wow. I'll go 4.
You go
I'm gonna
4?
do 4. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we're 2 away from half a dozen, slightly triggering, but we'll go 4. What's like your fruit and vegetable intake like?
I don't eat vegetables.
No.
No.
Come on, man.
I'm a eat.
You gotta eat your veggies, dude.
I'm a meat eater.
So we got 4 glazed donuts, which is a standard order for somebody, which is pretty ridiculous. Only $5. So super cheap, very hard to beat. I can see why people would come for breakfast because, I mean, it's not expensive at all.
That's great stuff.
It is.
He's not far off, right? I mean,
no. But I think he added to it, and he's making fun because he pulled up Walgreens as a possible place to eat. But it's funny. It's funny what you run across on TikTok and some of the social media platforms.
Yeah, there is a lot of fast food.
There is.
I mean, without some other options sprinkled in for sure.
Hey, on a positive note, have you guys seen all the people from Europe that are coming here for the World Cup, and they're trying Waffle House for the first time, and they're eating Cane's for the first time, and they're
loving it.
And they don't want to go home.
Yeah,
it's so good that they're like, man, I might have to become a resident. I mean, hey, that's why we have the overweight problem, not the other one. Hey, the good thing is that we can burn the weight here in Little Rock, all of us, especially with the sun outside. Just stand out there and sweat for a little bit, and you'll be okay.
That's right.
U.S. Open going on, and favorite going into it is Scottie Scheffler. And Scottie Scheffler was asked about possibly winning U.S. Open. That would give him a Grand Slam. And so he was asked about it, and take a listen to what Scottie Scheffler had to say about possibly winning and becoming a Grand Slam champion.
The Grand Slam has never been a motivating factor for me. Would it be a dream to win the U.S. Open? Of course. Golf is such a funny game, I think, in terms of a good example this week, if I finish second this week, it's almost like, hey, you failed in your first, chance to win the career Grand Slam. And it's kind of like, is finishing second a failure? Like, yeah, it can feel that way, but I think sometimes when you look at more of like a kind of a wider view of the sport, and where your game's at, second is not always that bad, but man, does it freaking hurt at the same time. So you can feel like a failure in this sport oftentimes, just because you're not winning. And I think that's just part of it. That's why I said I try not to focus too much on my successes or my failures. One, because you get beat up an awful lot in this game. It's a tough sport. But two, if I was feeling so good about all my successes, I probably wouldn't be too much fun to be around either.
Right now, U.S. Open, top of the leaderboard is an amateur. An amateur. So, Ryder Cowan.
What, 2 under?
He's 3 under. Yeah, he's 3 under, and he has a 1-stroke lead. You have Sam Stevens at 2 under, Aaron Rai at 2 under, Bryson DeChambeau. There's a who's who. Wyndham Clark, Xander Schauffele, Billy Horschel. And then Rory comes in, and Ludwig Oberg, they're at 1 under with a host of players there also. But Ryder Cowan, amateur, leading U.S. Open.
Could you imagine being an amateur, and let's say he finishes in the top 10? How much money could he have won?
Oh, absolutely.
Make you sick, man.
Yeah.
That's a couple mil there.
And then, but it may fast track him to becoming a pro.
Okay.
Not that he may already have it in the plans to turn pro here soon, but if it's not, and you see that you're playing at that level, it makes your attention turn for sure. UFC Freedom 250, they had a lot of success. Had 7 fights, 7 knockouts, and Joe Rogan, who calls those fights, here's Joe Rogan with a recap of UFC Freedom 250.
You hear the crowd from here, and then you hear 85,000 people. Rah! You could hear it in the distance. It was insane. I'm a hyperbolic individual, and I'm always like, this is the greatest, this is awesome. Like, that was the wildest experience that I've ever had in my 20-whatever years of calling combat sports. There's nothing even close. Nothing even close. It was the greatest night of fights of all time. The main event was the greatest fight of all time. It literally was the greatest fight of all time. Ilia Topuria, in many people's eyes, is the most skilled of the new generation, and the new generation is the most skilled of all time. And Ilia was like the top of the mountain. And most people thought that he was going to be too much, and he was too much for a while. And he almost took Justin out in the second round. And then Justin rallied. And then Ilia, it looked like he got really damaged in either the first or the second round, and he was having real trouble seeing out of one of his eyes. And then Justin started landing bombs in the third round. Ilia had slowed down quite a bit. It looked like he had really tried to finish Justin in the second. And sometimes when you try to finish a guy, you just hit the gas way too much, and you can't recover in between rounds. And Justin recovered, and Justin started battering Ilia in the third and fourth. And by the end of the fourth round, Ilia quit on his stool.
For anybody that missed it, go back and watch on Paramount. They have each fight broken down where you can select an individual fight, probably on YouTube also, but go back and check it out.
We're talking about the one at the White House that was just...
Yeah,
that main event with Ilia and Justin.
If you think that... was it Floyd Mayweather where he hit De La Hoya with the liver shot and dropped him? And
Bernard Hopkins.
B-Hop.
B-Hop. Right. Oh, yeah.
And, they were knocking him because he felt... look at the liver shot. That's got to be one of the most painful. I can't remember who hit who, but woo.
Yeah, they go down immediately.
Yeah. And you could see it was almost like his ribs
folded up.
Yeah.
Like disintegrated.
As he's getting off the mat, going to the stool.
Yeah.
You could tell that was a big impact.
I will say this just right quick. No way it's the best UFC fight of all time, though. That's kind of crazy for Joe to even say that. I think the greatest fight of all time, the reason why the UFC doesn't even want to acknowledge it is because of the aftermath, but the Khabib-Conor fight, I can't remember exactly what UFC number it was, but it was 2017 when Khabib, after the fight, goes over the railing and starts jumping Dylan Dennis, who had trained and commentary is like going nuts. That, to me, is the greatest fight of all time, but they'll never acknowledge it again because, and not only that, but in the build-up to it, everybody has seen the viral clip when Conor threw the chair through the bus. This was, it was like watching Stone Cold and The Rock building up to Mania. It was so good.
And speaking of that build-up, Conor is coming back.
Yes, he is.
He's going to fight soon, and he also, it's been announced that he has a 2-fight contract. He said he's fighting early in 2027 as well.
Good for him.
He could knock Max out, man. Max's chin has gotten weaker. He's a guy who started really hot and would knock a lot of guys out, but unfortunately he's just at an age and he's had so many fights now where I think all Conor needs is one good shot, man. Conor could make a lot of people money that day.
That's going to do it for Out of Bounds today. Great having you guys in. Ethan, past couple of days.
Yeah.
Bart, always good to see you, man.
Yeah, great to meet you.
Always great to come in.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Bart, and Joe, as always. Thank you so much.
Hey, we'll have to do it again sometime.
Absolutely. Soon.
Come out to Twin Peaks tomorrow. Out of Bounds is going to be there. U.S. taking on Australia. World Cup. It's a watch party. It all starts at 1 o'clock as Out of Bounds starts, but the game itself, 2 o'clock. Come by and see us. It's Out of Bounds at Twin Peaks tomorrow. But stay tuned. Drive Time Sports coming up next.
River Valley Tractor is here to help you turn your dream projects into reality.